All right, what is up? Welcome to Sporter Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brian the Grizzly, Brandman Brandon. What's going on, guys? How's your week been going?
Aside from the weather, just doing whatever it feels like doing.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be warming up pretty soon. So
Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
This Sunday, Mother's Day is supposed to be beautiful. You know what that means? Yeah. I have to work. That's what it means. All of a sudden, I'm gonna be doing all the work. My wife's gonna be like, "Hey, you doing that barbecue thing? First, we going to brunch, and then I'm at the barbecue, and then I'm about to do something else that what she wants me to do.
And then you gotta clean up.
And then my mom's gonna be like, "Wait, I'm your mother. You should be doing it for me." I can see it coming, guys. I can see it coming. It's a train.
Oh man, but it's been one of those weeks for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Some good news. We got a Chicago Pope. Like what?
Right?
Like that was crazy. Did not expect that.
Yeah, they'll serve Malort during communion.
Yeah.
You know,
it's splash you with holy Malort.
She's like, "Oh, it's the devil."
Malort.
It's the devil leaving you. Don't worry.
The Green Bay leaving you. Aaron Rodgers, be gone. Oh man, yeah, but that was that's some pretty cool news. And already, I think his brother, I think already came out and like, oh, he's a Sox fan. Like already putting that to bed. Like, so
am I the only one that thought of concave the entire time,
bro? The whole time, time.
No, the entire time.
As soon as the last Pope died, I was like, oh, we watched the movie. We know exactly what's gonna happen. Yeah, so we got Chicago Pope, first American Pope, which is kind of interesting. It's pretty cool. But
yep.
Let's see who's in chat real quick, and we'll get into some of the topics. Fernando, what's up?
What up, Fernando?
What's going on? We got Maria.
Thank you for being here, Maria. So we jumped in.
Delta
Dan.
Thanks
for joining.
The man.
What's up?
What's up, Delta Dan?
And then, of course, Collector coming in. Did we watch Andor? Because he's saying, "Oh my God, episode 8 and 9." Yep, I agree with that.
Definitely watched
8 and 9. Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. The fact that I had to wait all that time for it.
It took me a little while.
Negative. I'm honestly, this has nothing to do with Andor. This is just me being negative. I'm done. I don't like it. And you know what? Even when it's good, I'm like, like just a grumpy old dude. Even after you can recognize something is decent, like, oh man, that was pretty good. I'm still like, man, but the old stuff was bad, so I don't like this one. Just being grumpy for no reason.
Yeah, because I was watching 4, 5, and 6, and I was like, okay, like it's building. It's gonna happen, and finally, episode 8 and 9 is it happening. You know, those I think I was telling Brian, those felt more Rogue One-esque. It felt like okay, now I'm watching an actual prequel to Rogue One. So it just sucks. It took a season and a half to get to it, but yeah.
At least you'll get 5 good episodes of it, maybe.
We'll see the last 3. How that works out, because the last 3 would be 1 year, I believe 1 year, right? Because this episode 7, 8, and 9 were 2 years BBY, so theoretically, right, it should be 1 year. The last 3 episodes,
it should be right.
Yeah.
I think that's
1, yeah,
because
there's that jump.
Yeah, it's been a year every 3 episodes, so we'll see. I really hope you guys like it. Yeah, we'll get into more of a conversation about it. Yeah, next week's the last 3. Yes, 3, and then we'll see how it goes. It said Disney literally needs to get a whole truck of money and put it into Tony Gilroy's parking lot and say, here we want you to make the next 3 movies or the next 3 TV shows.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. You guys really don't understand how good Filoni really is. And and that makes me upset. And I feel like you're going to miss out on some stuff because he actually understands the universe. I don't think half the people that love Star Wars even understand Star Wars and what it's supposed to be, and that's why the complaints come.
Yeah, like I had a lot of issues in these episodes. We'll get into that later, but I had a lot of issues. Those last 2 episodes was fun, But I know I had texted you guys earlier today because I was watching everything today, and I was like, "Oh, it's a lot better when you don't think of it as Star Wars."
Don't say anything not Star Wars. It's just called Andor. That's it.
yeah. If it's just like space, rebel fight, I was like, okay, cool. Like cool. But. There's some parts in it that were like, there's some parts in it really, really, really good too, where I was like, damn, that was, I mean, in 8 and 9, everything good in the show is 8 and 9, basically. At least this season. I said this season.
Brandman likes it. Look at him liking stuff.
I sure do.
I like I don't want Star Wars to be Star Wars. I don't want Star Wars to be fun. Oh, you guys. Go jump off a cliff.
Star Wars can be fun, but you can't just relegate it to like one corner.
Why not?
Big universe.
Why? Like do what? Because it's a big universe outside. Like for our side, should we just be on Mars and just be watching Mars? Nah, bro. All the stories that happen on Earth. Let's not just look at Mars. Let's just go look at you. And this episode is gonna be Jupiter. So
but we have how many other shows centering on exactly that?
But like I don't want that. I want Earth. Give me Earth show.
Yeah. You want them to kneecap Star Wars?
I want them to actually like just give me what I want. Like give me the stuff that's good. give me lightsabers and dog fights and give me that stuff. I don't want to just do regular. Let's go have dialogue in this part of the universe. I can do that now here.
But they finally give us the thing that me and you've been telling them. They gave us a Force user.
That's
finally they did it. They didn't say it specifically, but come on, it was a Force user. Oh no, they did. It was like, oh, it's a Force healer. I hate the fucking Force healer shit. That's just stupid. But that's a new Star Wars Disney shit. Mostly. But they finally gave us like a Force user, somebody who like saw some of the future and shit like that. I was like, oh, cool. You're giving us Star Wars in a Star Wars show. I like it. Yeah.
I don't need a political drama for Star Wars. I just don't.
Yeah, we got the prequels for that. Like,
sure.
But that's what I'm not even knocking it and saying it's a bad thing, but that's what it is. It was a political drama with Star Wars. This Andor is basically that minus the lightsabers. I was like, what? It's like you gave me the prequels without the cool parts of the prequels.
That's funny, but because as you said, 8 and 9 is like some of the best stuff. But I fell asleep on a lot of it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, some people just gonna like it, and you're free to like it. But I'm free to tell you I ain't gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into like the full on review in a little bit. Said I got done watching all 3 episodes in like 4 in the morning. Damn. Nice.
That's dedication, collector. That's awesome.
Nice. Delta Dan said out here 90s till Saturday and 74 on Mother's Day. Good weather to
grill.
Yeah.
See, out here it's 60s until Mother's Day. Now it's like 80. Like, oh yeah.
74 is kind of cold for Cali, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
So
I mean, but it'd be beautiful here.
Oh yeah, I mean, 70. I can live in 74 all the time. Give me 70, 75 done. Like
same.
I'll be happy. What's up? Ace said, I want new Jedis, new stories. Yes.
Are you giving me new stories or give me old stories? I mean, Old Republic is awesome. You can go 2,000 years in the past, you go 2,000 years in the future, you can do that. But like I'm telling you, if I have a movie about Earth, right? And then you say, but there's a whole universe. where there's no life anywhere else. So you're gonna show me paint dry over in Pluto? I don't care. Okay. I don't need this political drama on Pluto. No, just give me the political. I don't need the political drama there. You know, it's just, but that's totally just my opinion. Totally just my opinion. I don't need that.
Thank you. We got Deuce in the house. What's up?
Deuce,
what up?
Deuce, you can't be here without saying something like, where is it? Just for Brandon. Deuce.
Need to do like AI of a goat screaming Deuce.
He goes, Deuce! That would be awesome.
Delta said, let Filoni cook. He understands Star Wars. Ahsoka 2 is going to be fire. I think Ahsoka Season 2 is going to be really good.
Excellent. It's going to be everything I'm telling you I want. That's what's going to be.
I hope so. I hope the movie, the Mandalorian movie is good too.
I'm hoping, but you never know, KK, man. You never know what she's doing.
I know she might come in and start.
Exactly. That's
Oh,
my
you're gonna do this
here.
movie? Let's fit this in here, and it's be like Teletubbies. Like,
no, it's a Ray or some shit.
He'll have a Ray doll.
She's a Sith Lord personified.
Sports with you.
She is. Kevin said, what's up, Kevin Davis? Said Star Wars has made a profit on Disney no matter what people think of Kathleen Kennedy. No, I mean,
no one ever said she's just not good at making money.
Episode 8, I remember trying to get tickets the day that pre-order went on sale or went on sale. All the websites were crashed, like AMC, Regal, all that. And like I was trying like every theater. I think I wound up getting iPick. For like a 7 p.m. the day before it released to go see it, which was like the second showing, which is crazy. But it was so hard, but people wanted Star Wars. They wanted Star Wars, even episode 8, like it made a lot of money. So if
they figure out a way to give us what we want along with great writing, because I think that's what people that love Andor are saying. They want good writing, and that I respect. I totally understand, because there's a lot of Star Wars content out there that just is crappy writing and doesn't make any sense. And storytelling, if you do a terrible job storytelling, then why would you be surprised if people don't want to see it, don't want to talk about it? So that in that aspect, I totally understand what you're saying. Because I look at some of them and I'm like, we're talking like the Acolyte, like that shit didn't make sense. Like
it was trash.
You're doing stuff and then you're doing other things that don't follow your own lore. That's not good. So if Andor falls with is staying with the content it wants to, it's giving you a story, a very well thought out story.
Yeah, they took their time with it.
They're understanding that part. So I'm not saying they're talking about the storytelling or the quality of it, because I think it's one of the best, highest quality Star Wars content. I just don't think it's Star Wars content.
Yeah. But I mean, you can't deny the acting's amazing, the production's amazing. All the visuals are amazing.
The story makes sense. It doesn't come out of nowhere. Everything they do makes sense in the next progression. Like that's great. But a lot of the stuff that we've been getting, the stuff that I want, has been trash. So I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they've been doing it right any other time.
You didn't love when you saw Plagueis creep out of a cave?
I was rolling my eyes as hard as I could. I was like, how? What
Let's see what we got. Collector said Star Wars is just not lightsabers and dog fights. There's also political stuff in there with spy stuff and everything.
What's the Force? The Force is in all of that, though. Don't give me it without the Force.
In some capacity, technically it will, no, I take that back. At the end of Rogue One, we saw Darth Vader using it.
Yes, and every other content has been the
even
Force.
In Rogue One, it was a lot of like the Force, like believe in the Force and the Force, because the Force is what helped create the rebellion in a sense, But now we're getting like the behind the scenes, well, not behind the scenes, but the what actually happened in Andor and stuff like that. So it
kind of bridges that gap.
Yeah. You know, that's why I liked Rogue One so much, because for what decades at that point, people were like, why was there just this hole in the Death Star that was like a instant death, and then they wrote it, it made sense. It wasn't just like, oh, some dickhead was stupid and forgot about it, It's like, no, it was on purpose, it did this and there's a reason, blah blah blah. So like it was good, so yeah.
Let me tell you, I love Rogue One.
Can you imagine if they fucking did Rogue One and they're like, somehow the engineer forgot to put a cover over the hole? It's like,
yeah, that's all the Star Wars movies that we've been getting. So yeah.
Oh, it's yeah. Like you said, thought out. But for me, like Star Wars is like lightsabers. Because like the political stuff with the lightsabers and the spy stuff is, like I said, it's the prequels. It's that, so.
And understand that Andor's before episode 8, 7, 8, 9, the viewership was in the trash. It was in the toilet. People are not watching it too. And I think part of that's people like me saying,
yeah. I think
people
that episode, yeah.
But people like me have been saying these negative things, so now people are not going to watch it. Well, we're going to turn around and say, well, just like as I said, something was not good, I got to tell you when something is good.
Mm-hmm. See, everyone's saying there's more to Star Wars than the Force.
There's not.
That's what it is. That's like saying
there's more to the world. Like if you want to talk about the other stuff, but Star Wars is the Force. It's not more than that.
Yeah, it's like Star Trek without the Federation. It's like that's exactly what it is. It's like
literally what it is.
Yeah. Like I don't get me wrong. You could tell other stories, but they still need to revolve around like the one thing I thought was kind of weak in Andor so far was the lack of Force users. You would have thought the Jedi, even the younglings and stuff like that, they would have been more instrumental in the rebellion because of who they were. Even though they got almost eradicated, you would have thought like the few little stragglers would have been like, we're going to help start this rebellion. Instead it's just the normal people, which is fine, but
which that they're there. You're talking to both sides of your mouth when you're giving us Obi-Wan, which I don't know if this was a real good thing in itself, but there are people out there that are Force users that are Force sensitive. The Force did not go away. Like, that's not what it is. That is the whole basis. It's the foundation of Star Wars.
Yeah, Ahsoka, like the whole Rebel show, was
Rebels
exactly with Kanan, with Kanan, like training another one and also helping the rebellion and stuff like that. So, that's the one thing I have was that it was like I felt like these guys were leaders. They just came out of a fucking war, so they know how to fight and lead. You tell me like every last Jedi just is like, nope, threw away the lightsaber like Luke and like I'm going to hide in the cave, or like Kanan just like chopped up his lightsaber, is like I'm a pilot now. It's like no. But just saying. All right, I might skip around because I didn't realize I'm really far behind. Andor's killing it. See, I don't know if I already showed that or not. I still think the prequels are great. Yeah,
I think the prequels are good. I told Tank I like episode 3, which he said that he talks about all the time. I think it's the third best movie. Yes, I said it's the third best movie.
I think the prequels improved with each movie.
Did that?
That's easy. Yeah. Well, the second one was bad.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
it was kind of like and then Revenge of the Sith kind of fixed a lot of stuff, but Revenge of the Sith also knew where it was going to end, so it kind of was like, how did we get to this point? Which was cool. I'm not saying much. I'm saying like Revenge of the Sith is the fourth best. So
I think it's the third. It's not you.
So I mean, we're not that like far behind.
No, but you and I can argue about one place. Because if we don't have that, then we have no arguments, Tank. Then we might as well just say, we're basically saying the same thing. No, it has to be the exact same thing, or we have no argument.
That's it. What will the show become?
Exactly.
Oh man.
Fernando.
They would 100% mess up Old Republic. Yeah,
You're
part of me
probably
is like,
right,
don't
man.
touch it. Like,
You're
I
probably right.
would rather really see them go like 1,000 years into the future, and see them do something cool, like that, where maybe like there's like Jedi, Padawan, like master, but then there's like Skywalker, and it's like it becomes a title. I can see something like that being really cool.
I just trust Filoni and Favreau to do Old Republic. I think that would be a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Filoni and Favreau bring their A game, they really bring it. They've heck, we credit them with reigniting the franchise with the Mandalorian. So amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's still great. Even I know everyone kind of looks at the third season as the black sheep of the Mandalorian so far, but it's still solid enough, I thought.
I agree.
I did, an Old Republic movie that could be amazing if done right. You could probably even span it. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm saying you're right. I think you need to just go ahead and do it. Pay attention to the lore. Know what you're talking about before you talk it. That's all I
do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're not gonna respect the lore, like you said, Brian, there's really no point.
Yeah.
The content's right there. Really, all you have to do is adapt it in movie form.
And then you could take some certain aspects. So like I'm a book reader now, right? I've been reading a lot of books, and I'm like almost at the end of The Martian now. The movie from The Martian is not the same as the book, right? You could take something and you expand on it. You do different things with it, but you understand the assignment. I think too often Star Wars is not understanding the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go shot for shot, because I think that's something you complain about a lot. I don't want things that are shot for shot. I don't want things that are exactly the exact same. You want to have some creativity in the way. I think they could do that. Have some creativity, but know where you're coming from. I think that's what's the problem with Marvel. I think that's the problem with Star Wars. I think that's the problem with any entity, probably even DC. If you don't understand where you're coming from, then that could be always going to become a problem. You're trying to reinvent a wheel that already rolls.
Yeah.
You know what the answer is? Squares. No, stop. We don't need that. Just follow the blueprint.
Yeah. And like you said, it's a blueprint. It's not, like you have to do 1, 2, and 3. Like, no, it's a blueprint. Like, hey, here's the general idea. Here's the vibe. Here's the, the who the character is. So, but we'll see. We'll see it. We'll see if Filoni becomes in charge. I hope he does.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope he does. Here we go. We got Anthony. What's up?
What's up, Anthony?
And a random question: when Iron Man snaps his fingers in Endgame, did that give him the power of Dr. Doom?
Is that going to be the story? I hope not. That's not the story.
That'd be so stupid.
But it could be the butterfly effect.
Like it caused him to be a Dr. Doom in another universe.
Mm-hmm. So like you can say matter's never not created nor destroyed. Like you lost it because all this power in one. Then it went to this other person that was another entity and crossed that multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
The snap could cause Doom, possibly.
Yeah,
or power.
I mean, it could also be like maybe like you said, the butterfly effect. Like there was 3 snaps that happened in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
There's the original Thanos snap. Then he snapped again.
I would say 4.
What was the 4th time?
The Hulk.
Oh shit! Yeah, the Hulk. Then the Hulk did it, and then they're all like within the 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 5 like cosmic energy blast.
And remember Thanos. After the events of Infinity War, he snapped again in order to just destroy the stones.
Yeah. That's the part of the 4. Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't remember. It was like because I remember he was on the other planet. I'm like, why did he snap? But he snapped to destroy the stones. Mm-hmm. So I mean, 4 cosmic like things, because that's where they found where he was at. because he snapped again, and they're like, "Oh, that's
It's
pinpoint."
like a beacon.
Yeah. So yeah. So maybe something like that. But I think they're just gonna keep it simple and be like, he's a variant that just is Doctor Doom.
Nah, yeah, I don't think they're gonna say even a variant.
Well, they're saying he is.
He's Doom. So he's not a variant. He is Doom, and you can say in every other universe he becomes Doom. This is the only one he became Iron Man, and the power came to him because of the whole Iron Man snap. Kind of that power had to be passed out throughout all the multiverse, and all of them became more overpowered because of that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's funny because I was just on the Pantheon, and they're saying that, man, they're worried that Fantastic Four might not be the moneymaker. And what they use as proof, we looked at Box Office Mojo, and Thunderbolts is not killing it, guys.
It had a good weekend. It was a 76 with the weekend.
Yep, 77. Well, I think it was even 77 with the weekend. But they're losing every day, all these weekdays now. They're losing a lot of money. Sinners and Thunderbolts are like this, back and forth every day of the week. And so the worry is, what if the Thunderbolts fails? What if it only makes $480 million?
That's not good.
What does that mean for Marvel?
Because I think we talked about it last week.
If Fantastic Four then turns around and only makes like $500-600 million in the middle of the damn summer, it only makes that much money, and which is totally possible because Superman is one thing, and you're gonna have Jurassic Park.
And both of those come out before Fantastic Four. So
wait, is Jurassic Park before Fantastic Four?
Jurassic Park, I believe it is, isn't it?
I thought it was Superman, Jurassic Park, and then Fantastic Four. I could be wrong.
Rebirth is July 2nd.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, it's July, right? Yeah, July.
Yeah, July 2nd.
Yeah, so Rebirth is first, and then Superman's the 11th,
and then Fantastic Four is the 25th. So it's at the end of
it. Don't forget about Smurfs. Smurfs come on.
Hey, let's don't hate on
Smurf. It looks so bad. It's
it looks lame.
Bad.
Don't hate on Gargamel. You never know.
It looks lame. The kids are gonna eat it up.
Oh yeah. And
then my worry still could be the same though, guys. That Marvel could be at the end of its run. No one's caring about it. And if I'm hoping that Superman's good. I've told you guys this. I'm really hoping that Superman is good. But there's a lot of people. I mean, they talked about the monkeys on the other stream too. And they're like, man, this could turn a lot of people off. It could turn a lot of people off. It can. It could be too silly. I talked about the the kaiju. Looks kind of weird. Could be too comic booky. And people don't like it. I don't know. And does that take a hit? Does everyone take a hit because of it? All superhero movies take a hit because of what Marvel's doing, and then DC fails. If both Marvel and DC fail to make $1 billion with these movies
combined, or
each one of those movies not. I mean, we got as we said, we talk about Thunderbolts not making $1 billion, and then Fantastic Four not making $1 billion, and then Superman not making $1 billion. Does that do?
I mean, I don't think either of those, any of those, are gonna make $1 billion.
I mean, $900 million is pretty much close enough. Like,
I mean,
if you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a problem.
Yeah. Like, it could be. That could be really bad. It also could be like that comic book movie fatigue that everyone was talking about 2 years ago. Maybe that's taking a hit now. Maybe it's you feeling it now,
or is it because the storylines are not what we want? The storylines that we've been asking for, and you getting all this revolt from the people that are in your fandom.
The fans.
The fans are getting tired. I think, Tank, you always say it's the nerds that kind of carry the torch for it. You push it to all the normies. But if you lose all of them because you continue to not listen,
like I've always been on that thing where you're not going to make money by like the fans, you know what I mean? Because there's just not enough of us. You need to get the normies on board, but you get the normies on board because you get the fans hyped up. And once the fans are hyped up, then you're like, okay, so you being a fan of this genre, you're hyped. All right, I'll give it a shot. You know, but now if the fans are like, I'm not feeling this movie. It's not what I want. They didn't do this. The norm's gonna be like, well, you as a fan don't like it.
So why would
Then what are the odds of me as a normal person not even liking it when you are supposed to like it and you're not liking it? So, you know, I'm not saying like that's like the end all be all, but I think that's a good indicator, you know, of it. So
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, go for it. We got Chill talking about you just on Pantheon. So Chill said DC is more likely to do it with Superman, depends on the marketing, getting more money.
I don't know. I don't know if Superman can be Fantastic Four. You
know, the marketing I think is going to be good for both movies. So I think the marketing for both are going to be on par with how much they put in front of people. What's going to really make the difference is how good Superman is. You know, Superman needs to be good. It doesn't even need to be great. It needs to be good. You know,
I don't know, but you talking about marketing. I mean, Fantastic Four has already done a trailer. They've done teaser trailers. They've done first looks. They've done all those things, and it comes out after Superman.
Yeah, Superman got what?
8 weeks. Trailers? We have 8 weeks. Superman hasn't had a trailer. Like they got one. You know,
I'll say 2 because we had the first one.
It's the teaser trailer, right?
No, it was like a 2-minute trailer because we got the teaser.
We had the teaser and the regular trailer.
And then we got the trailer, and then recently we got the extended scene.
It was an extended look, extended first look.
Yeah, so I don't know if that would count as a trailer, but you know,
I don't know if it's enough marketing. I think you need to do more marketing.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. I did watch somebody saying that obviously the studio heads are like super behind the movie, and they're gonna start the marketing like crazy right like now. So
which we really need. But I will say this.
We'll see.
And I think that Marcus said this too. Was it Joker Foley Do? All of them were behind that movie.
Yeah. Studio heads being behind a movie doesn't mean anything. Flash, you know, like it's the greatest
movie of all time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to believe him? Go ahead.
Wait, I saw Kevin saying there's no superhero if you stop making excuses. I'm just saying, like, is that a thing? But I think I tend to agree with Brian where if you're not making the fans happy, the normies are not going to give you a chance. So if you're making a movie that's not good, you know, it's not superhero fatigue, and that's what we've been saying. Everyone's been saying for a long time. It's not superhero fatigue; it's shitty movie fatigue. Like we're done with like average movies. Like give us good stuff.
And this is what I'm saying about Star Wars. This is what I'm saying about Marvel. I'm saying this about DC. I'm telling you, all these big entities, you have to give us good stories, or no one's going to follow you. No one cares if you don't do it.
Good. What's up, Lawrence? He said more people watch the Superman trailer than the Fantastic Four Thunderbolts combined. That is true.
That is true.
That Superman trailers get those numbers. But appreciate you being here, man.
What do you think when you hear who's the first superhero you think of when you hear the word superhero?
Superman.
Superman. And I think that was part of I think Darius and Marcus's point was that that's why it could do a bigger number because it's so well known. My point is that the whole fans are split.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hard part about DC. You have to kind of find a way to put it all together. I don't know if James Gunn is the right person to do that. He's the right person. He does a lot of good stuff. I just don't know if he's the right person to bring the fanhood together because he says too much and doesn't just shut the hell up. That's always his problem because he instead of just saying, "Hey, Snyder, hey, everybody, all come here under one umbrella. Let's enjoy it. Let's do this together." And that's not what James Gunn's about.
He needs to stop being a fucking edgelord. Like it wasn't cool when it was cool, back in the early 2000s. I thought the edgelord was fucking stupid. And it's definitely not cool now, like 20 years later. So stop doing the edgelord stuff. If Gamergate taught us anything, you just let the trolls troll and just ignore them,
And you be above it. You're a leader of an entire studio.
Yeah.
Let it go.
You know, but you becoming a troll and now you're pissing off people, you know, like we have Mama Bear usually in our chat, you know, and she's like, no, he pissed off people I know, you know, by calling him out and saying stupid shit online. So I was like, I can't be mad at you for that. Like, yeah, that's a good reason why not to, you know, support somebody like that. It's like, no, he came after my friends. It was like,
and instead, like you're instead of bringing people together, you're continuously have that divide, which is I think that's going to be the problem. It won't be his international number. The international number is going to be big.
Yeah,
it's going to be the domestic number.
It'll be interesting. Okay, we got Cold Lords in the house. What's up? So just listening to you guys tonight. Appreciate Cold Lords.
What's going on?
You know, some more Chicago guys.
Hopefully, guys, I'm telling you, get us to 2000. We're running at that theater. All y'all come down. We all doing it. I want to do it so bad.
At 1900, we got giveaways, man. I got a brand new substance, like brand new, still sealed, everything, like giving this away. You know, like
dude, no.
You know, Brian's probably got a stack of stuff.
What do you want? Yeah, like literally, I have. You can name it. I have.
You want a movie? You want a toy?
Whatever you want. I have all type of stuff I can give you.
You know, so at 1900, we'll do some giveaways and try to get that push to 2000. Because at 2000, we're hoping we hit 2000 around July, if not sooner. You know, and then we're gonna have a big celebration. Ran a theater.
I know
either for Superman. Probably, I don't know, for Superman or for Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, because that gives us a little more time.
Yeah, towards the end, we get a month, the end of the month.
I know exactly what I'm gonna give away. I'm gonna show you guys right now. Hold on.
He's gonna pull out like this giant Funko or something. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Delta Dan said, buy a ticket and see dinosaurs. That's gonna do good. Yeah, Jurassic Park requires zero homework. Fernando said, did y'all hear Warner Brothers is talking about taking the Batman 2 away from Matt Reeves? Yes. Yeah, they came out today, I believe.
Yep, about
so they're talking about taking it from him.
No, that he's already stepped away from the whole thing.
That he's not even part of the movie. Oh shit, man. I want to
that's cool.
That is cool. It's a light, it's a wall light. I saw that on Target a while ago. It is cool. That is super dope.
This is what will be my giveaway. This is the one. We get us to 1900. You can do it tonight. We'll do this giveaway this weekend. This is ready to go. It's already in the box. I haven't even opened it up. I kept it just like this. I have enough masks. I have enough stuff. It's okay. We can give this away.
There you go. Giving that away. That'd be the big grand prize. Yeah, 1900. So share, clips. I'm my bad. I've been dragging on doing some edits. So but share the live shows and stuff like that. Let's get to 1900 and then 2000.
Hey, B, you want one?
Kind of.
That, and we gotta find a way. So we have a website. Technically, we have a website. It's nerdhuddle.com, which is all of us, but nerdhuddle.com/spoilerkings. That's our part of the website. But we need to find a way to sell merch, so we can get orders in and start shipping and selling some.
This is why I always have a different t-shirt on.
Yeah,
my wife makes all these. So
did she make that one you got on?
Yeah, she made. Nice. She got the stencil of it in like 3 different colors.
Nice. So, oh man. But let's see. Sorry if I'm bouncing around a little bit. Anthony said nobody cares about DC movies compared to Marvel. But I think that might change.
DC has the better characters.
Might be a turnaround if Gunn can really hammer this out of the park with Superman, make a good foundation, and then kind of keep that momentum with Supergirl and what else? Lanterns. I really hope. There's no reason the DC universe can't have as much longevity and popularity as the MCU does. Like you've said multiple times, Brian, and I agree with you. They have the superior characters. Unfortunately, just the execution hasn't quite been there on film.
I just want give me one really good Superman movie.
Yeah, DC stories are so much better, and they have so many more.
And even and so far, what's the only really good Superman movie we have? The the original 1978 one with Christopher
And that's my
Reeve.
point. So
Yeah.
I was born, guys. I was born in 1985. So for my consciousness, how long have I like really gone out and see a Superman movie that I really liked?
Yeah.
I actually was aware of, not looking at something in the past that I wouldn't go. Never. I'm turning 40 in 3 weeks, and I've never got a Superman movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. Like, why? What are we doing?
None of the Superman movies have landed for me that I've seen in the theater. Superman Returns just kind of rode the coattails of the Reeve movies. And
they did it so poorly, man.
They did it so poorly. And then Man of Steel was
okay.
Okay.
Everyone says like this is great. It's okay. I want
to
go away and walk out and say that was it.
Yeah, it was okay. It didn't really give me what I was looking for in terms of a Superman movie. It was just you know, I don't know. It just didn't
no.
What's wrong with Man of Steel? It didn't feel like Superman.
It didn't feel like Superman. It felt like they were trying to they were banking too hard on the involvement of Christopher Nolan. If you look at the movie, it basically followed the entire narrative structure of Batman Begins. It was really
fine.
It was fine.
It's nothing. I don't what's wrong with Man of Steel. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm talking about I want a banger of a movie. Yeah, I want to be Superman. Superman is the best superhero. He is it. I want the best movie for the best superhero. I want to walk out saying that was it.
Yeah,
this is it. He's the one.
Yeah, like I think Man of Steel had a couple of cool moments, but I just mostly left out with a kind of hollow feeling. I was like, it was fine, but didn't really give me what I was looking for in terms of of that Superman feel. So, you know, James Gunn, I'm hoping, you know, that's what I'm really hoping for. And that all this talk that he's been spouting about his execution, his approach, and the themes really pays off. Excuse me. That's what, you know, I'm looking for, you know, a definitive really the only other Superman medium, guys, other than the Christopher Reeve, the first two Christopher Reeve movies, when I need my Superman fix, I go back to the animated series.
Yeah, you have to go.
Animated series. Animated series is good. Even the new animated one.
Something like that. You know?
Yeah. My
new animated one
Superman is solid. You know?
It's a good one.
Yeah. But yeah.
I like what Lauren said. Said Man of Steel was not bad. I agree. It was okay. It was okay. I don't hate it, you know, but I don't think it's the greatest thing ever. But Batman v Superman was trash.
I hate that movie.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Batman.
We all agree with that.
V Superman, Dawn of Martha, as I like to call it.
I just think that they rushed too much of it, you know, and that was my whole issue. You shouldn't have rushed all this stuff. You could have slow played a little bit more, and then we would have gotten the movie that would have been excellent. Like they did in the animated series. Like when was the older Batman was talking to was it Nightwing or whatever, or is it Damian? I can't remember which one he's talking to, and he's talking about Superman being the evil one. They had that scene where he was evil, and he was like, "Oh man, I've been planning for this." And he goes into his vault, and he has these I can't remember if it was knives or bullets or whatever for Superman. Like I've had this wait for him.
Yeah,
was it Doom? Not Doomsday. There was the anime movie.
Yeah. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah,
but you remember he went back. He planned.
He had safety plans for everything.
He earned it, though, right?
Doom, Justice League Doom,
Doom.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Like you've earned it. So you know you didn't rush the whole Batman Superman thing. That was the point. If you would slowed it down, made it go a little bit further, give us a second movie of each one of them.
Yeah, you know,
and then maybe you could have went that way.
You know, exactly. And I think even I've said that in the past. You know, they should have done there should have been a Man of Steel sequel. There should have been at least one Batman movie to introduce the Batman for this universe, especially if you're going to do a Batman who's kind of been at it for a while and has been around the block.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think it should have been a Batman versus Superman movie. It should have been like a
Public
World's
Enemy.
Finest movie.
World's Finest. Oh man, World's Finest. Perfect.
You know, to establish the working relationship, because it should have been, you know, even with the team up movies with like Justice League and whatever you want to do down the line, the relationship between Bruce and Clark should have been the centerpiece. Kind of similar to how the Avengers movies, where
exactly what Captain America and Iron Man. It's exactly
Captain Steve and Tony, you know. And you know, they put way too many eggs in one basket. They tried to build this universe in one fell swoop because they wanted to catch up to Marvel, and unfortunately they you know, they had a director who's kind of great visually, but didn't really have ample enough time, or maybe didn't take ample enough time to get a fundamental understanding of the content that he was put in charge of. We're talking Zack Snyder was supposed to be the Kevin Feige of the universe. You really need to understand the content that you're adapting on more than just a fundamental level. If you're going to take that on, you know, and make it work for 10 plus years, however many plus years, you know.
Zack Snyder is really good, if not one of the best directors at making things look cool.
He's great visually.
But
Can you imagine
sometimes
you gave him a great
they're a little
storyline
hollow.
along with it?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you give him a good storyline. But isn't that the problem with Batman versus Superman? Is it's too many storylines, because he tried doing, you know, the old Dark Knight Returns kind of stuff with like Doomsday, but also you throw in Wonder Woman in there. It's you know, so you're trying to start the Justice League
with this Lex Luthor thing that was awful. That was awful.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was too much. You needed a smaller movie.
Pick one, like you said.
If he did a Batman introduction, a Batman movie, and then the second Superman movie, and then we did this, now we're talking about you have some history.
And I hate, because I wanted to see more Superman. The second time you put Superman in a movie, you kill him. You kill Superman
we
in the second movie, and it's not even his own movie.
Yeah, we didn't even have time to invest and attach ourselves to the character. Case in point, Brian, dude, like you said this multiple times. You know, the death of Tony Stark hit hard.
Yeah.
You know, and why did it hit hard? We were more than invested in the character at that point in time, you know. And maybe it's an unfair comparison because, you know, we're talking about that was 11 years after Iron Man, so we had enough time to be attached and invested in the character. But we didn't even really know. What I'm getting at is we barely knew this Superman. He didn't really. To me, he hardly felt like a character. It kind of felt like he didn't even have too many lines in Batman v Superman. It was Death of Superman needed to happen later.
Yeah.
It should happen when we care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The death of Superman should happen when we care. You make us care first, because it's our. So I agree that Superman's a hard movie to write. Superman's a hard movie to direct. It is a hard movie to make work. He's so OP. He's so overpowered. He should be. It's just difficult. So how is James Gunn even going to do this right now? He's going to depower him.
Yeah,
he's going to show like he has to gain the access to these powers. He's going to do other type of things, but it's hard to write a movie for a guy who should just kill everybody. It's hard. But you have to take your time to it.
You gotta make him feel like a character. You know,
you do the other part of him. You show how
you humanize him. You need
a Clark.
Emotion.
Clark Kent. You give him emotions. You give him things that he can lose.
Yeah, exactly.
You make that part. That's what you have to do. And if you do that right, you get a great movie, because you have an OP dude that can do all type of things that still has the humanity part connected to it. I think it'd be great.
If you can do that, then you've really cracked the code. And awesome. You know, Gunn has proven that you know, he can handle characters. So he
can handle not known characters always. That's
I'm sorry.
my
What's that, Brian? I'm sorry.
say. He can handle not known characters.
Yeah.
So now we got to see if
Smaller.
he can handle the biggest known character. And that's where my worry is. Not that if James Gunn is he good, or is he smart, or does he know how to make a great movie, but can he handle the biggest character of all time? That's what we're asking him to do. And that's not easy task for anyone.
Yeah.
I have faith in him as a filmmaker to do well enough, where because he's really good at connecting with characters. Like he made us connect about a raccoon, a tree, just a regular dude from Earth,
Like don't have the biggest stories.
But I'm not saying that, but we were able to connect with them. You know what I mean? And he's good at
because he
doing
can
that.
make anything up. He could do whatever. You can't do that with Superman.
No, I mean, but you connect with humanity. I mean, that's what he did with Guardians. Was like he made them a family. You can connect with family because everyone has a family. You know what I mean? So I think he's gonna do something similar with Superman. He's like, listen, you can't fly, you can't, jump over a building, but what you can do is have a sense of morality, and that's exactly what Lawrence is saying. You have to give him morals, and your sense of morals is what you can connect with him. His humanity with it is like, hey, I have to do something because I have these powers, and you can connect with that, like, you want to do the right thing, you want to be the good guy, and I think that's what they're going to try to.
That's what they
connect
always
with
try
him.
to do. They always try to do that with Superman. They always try to. He has morality. He's always trying to do the right thing. My worry once again is that he is the most well-known. His storylines are more well-known than any character that's ever graced the silver screen. There's not one storyline that you don't know. You can't make something up. I want to say it's 4,000 comic books.
Yeah. I mean, he's taking inspiration from some of the better stories for sure.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
he's picked good stories that I think tell early on Superman kind of stuff. So I think he'll be good there. With him taking inspiration from it. So
I would have loved him to do the Justice League movie and not the Superman first one. But I understand why he did it, because if you're gonna have everything right on one movie, you're gonna let me do it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why you do it, but I worry because just all the things you just said, right? A family, all this. So that's exactly what Lawrence says. It's ensemble things. He's multiple characters, so you could do that with a Justice League movie that already has a basis. So I'm hoping. I mean, I want DC to be good. Like I'm hoping DC is good because I want the characters that the DC has.
Yeah. Wait. Which Watchmen? The Zack Snyder Watchmen or the HBO show Watchmen?
Because the HBO show Watchmen, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but that was historically unbelievable.
That was
Regina King is off the fucking.
I really liked it. I really liked it. I think the Watchmen movie I liked. Again, visually,
Zack
Snyder one. Okay,
yeah.
Again, I thought it was good. It was good, but then he changed a lot of things too. But again, visually, like you said, amazing. It was gorgeous.
But it was a very long sex scene that didn't need to be that long.
I mean,
slow-mo.
Longer than Zack Snyder was getting a little too overzealous with the slow-mo.
More blue dick. Make it flop around. Now make him super tall.
Oh, man. That was something.
I mean, Watchmen was trash. Yeah.
Which one? Honestly, you better be careful.
Yeah, which one? Yeah.
You better be careful.
We're all talking about the Snyder, the movie. It was okay.
I think
it's not the best. It's not the worst.
Yeah, there were parts of it that worked. Like I said, Snyder did great with it visually. I liked some of the casting. Like Billy Crudup is one of my favorite actors, so him as Dr. Manhattan I thought was awesome.
Yeah, he was good.
Patrick Wilson was great as Night Owl, and obviously Jackie Earle Haley was amazing as Rorschach.
I mean, they had a great cast. What's his name? Was the comedian?
Oh yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a comedian. Absolutely.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan was a comedian. That was awesome. The girl who played the main the girl in the yellow and black suit.
Silk Spectre. Yeah,
Silk Spectre. I can't remember her name. She was spot on with it. So yeah. Yeah, but
yeah.
What's up, T?
What up, T?
Yeah, but that show was awesome.
I liked the actor playing Ozymandias, but I'm not sure I liked him as Ozymandias.
Yeah.
And part of that was due to the direction, because they made it a little too obvious that he was the bad guy early on.
Like everyone knew.
Yeah, they might as well have given him like a thin mustache to twirl, as opposed to the graphic novel where like he was supposed to come off as like super friendly and like the last person you'd expect.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot more surprising, I think, in the novel.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, they got rid of one of the big points of the fucking squids falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
Which they did put in the TV show. So,
and I think the squid would have worked in the context of the movie.
It would have 100%. 100% would have worked. He was kind of being weird with it.
Yeah, if you're adapting something like that, you really need to go all in.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Sin City is so good.
Sin City is so good.
I remember I was early on in college when that came out, and I forgot which class I skipped to just go to the theater and see it.
It's Jessica Alba. Get out of here. That's all I needed. Kyle said, haven't seen Watchmen in a while. I remember thinking it was good and little ahead of its time. When I first watched it, I was like super into it, but that we weren't into like the comic book era of movies yet.
No, it was still gaining traction.
Yeah.
It was shortly after Iron Man 1. It was it was a little bit after The Dark Knight, I remember, because they showed the teaser trailer for it there. So,
and he already did 300.
He did 300.
Was awesome.
Yeah,
it was.
He did 300. Yeah. So it was still kind of getting it was still finding its footing. The genre definitely wasn't what it is today. But there's things that I got to give Snyder his flowers for with that movie. He really visually, like, he brought the comic to life. I think
he does that a lot, though.
He does that a lot. I think I know Alan Moore was like vehemently against the movie, and
Alan Moore hates everything.
Alan Moore does hate everything.
he hates his own shit. Like he hates when people love the Killing Joke. I was like, so yeah. He's like, you shouldn't like the book. It was like, yeah, but it's so good. I'm like, I'm not saying what happens in the book is good. I'm just saying, like, you told the story good. But yeah, Alan Moore just hates everything.
Don't ever let me grow up to be that bitter and curmudgeonly when I'm an elderly man. I think but I do kind of get it in the case of Watchmen. I know he said he'd never watch the movie, but I guess Snyder did kind of not get the a lot more of the subtle context and themes that Moore was going for. It was more visual and spectacle for Snyder.
That's how.
That's
what he does.
That's his trademark. He's like another. I'm not trying to say this insultingly. Snyder has his thing and his trademark, but I kind of lump him in the same category as Michael Bay.
Yeah, I mean, he has his gimmicks. I think it's just his gimmicks are a lot better than like big explosions. I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
like make shiny things blow up. Yeah.
So I get it.
I forgot who in chat said they want to see James Gunn write a story and Zack Snyder direct it. That already happened. Just saying. 2004, Dawn of the Dead. Shit, what movie was it?
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, which is awesome. One of my favorite.
It's one of the best. I'm saying Dawn of the Dead was amazing, right?
Yeah.
I don't even like scary movies, but I like zombie movies, and that was a good one.
And it's definitely one of the better remakes.
Yeah, it was definitely good. But I would love to see that again. I would love to see Zack Snyder, do a movie where you get all the Zack Snyder isms of it, but you have somebody in the background like, maybe we don't do, the 20th slow mo, or maybe, we add
I was
this
gonna
kind of
say,
thing.
Zack Snyder is the Taika Waititi of things. Like, you need someone to pull the reins. Like, hey, well, no, that's too much.
Yeah,
Hold on.
he needs a tether,
And then, but you got to do the same thing with James Gunn. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah. Do you think with Gunn though?
We'll know. Was it July 11th, or is it? We'll know then if James Gunn also needs a tether.
Yeah.
If the monkeys is too much for people and people are only talking about the monkeys instead of a great movie, it could be a great movie and the monkeys take over the whole talk and no one else talks about anything else.
I think it's a post-credit scene if they even do that.
I don't want it at all, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, but even like go back. I had to double check this because I know I read it somewhere, but I wanted to double check it. So 300, awesome movie. One of my favorite comic book movies, is just so good. One, I love Frank Miller, but again, pulling the reins, making sure you don't go too crazy with stuff. Frank Miller was on set like for almost the whole movie. He was a consultant, so like whenever like something happened, he kind of like Frank Miller was there. He's like, thumbs up, thumbs down kind of thing. So it's like you had the dude who wrote the book, there. So you had somebody controlling a little bit. Obviously he wasn't in charge. He couldn't say you can't do that or you can do that. But just having him there and having somebody like consult and tell him like, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that might be a little bit too far. Don't do that one. But that was a great idea.
Yeah. And 300 was so good. 300 was so good.
Yeah. And definitely one of my most fun movie experiences too.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater.
He did. Did he do a Scooby movie?
Times? Did he wrote the first two Scooby live action?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he wrote them. Which people love. I know they didn't do well, but
it's one of the best.
I love them.
I still love the Scooby-Doo movies. I feel I feel like they got a second lease on life in recent years. Yeah. But I always liked them. Does anyone remember the very first teaser trailer for the first Scooby-Doo movie, the one that came out with, it was in theaters, it was like a spoof of Batman.
Wow.
Awesome teaser trailer. They showed it with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And the trailer is like the ultimate trolling because it fools you into thinking it's a Batman movie.
I did not know that. I know that.
I prefer it, but Brightburn was excellent. Really, awful.
That was one with the boy, right? The boy that's like evil Superman. It was
not good.
It was fine.
I didn't watch it more than once.
It was fine. I think it could have. It was another case of something that could have done more with its premise.
He only produced it, right? He didn't.
Yeah, he didn't direct it.
Yeah, he didn't direct it or write it or anything like that.
I thought Brightburn was terrible.
I thought it was. I watched it. I watched it all the way through once and was like, okay.
Yeah, that's how I was like, oh, all right. I was a little let down because I was expecting something like really cool and it wasn't, but
no,
my first problem was only an hour and a half. I was like, what?
But if they made more, or if they did more within that universe, I would have been all for it, because there's like the mid-credit scene with Michael Rooker's character like going on a rant with all these other like super powered characters doing horrible things. I'd have watched it. Oh, you're not going to do a goddamn thing.
You don't like scary movies, and yet you went to go see Mufasa, the horror. He's all right.
But yeah, I thought Brightburn was okay. It
was below average for sure. It just didn't really. It's
like, you don't want me. Yeah, Kal-El, you don't want that.
You don't
want
Kal-El.
that. You don't want that smoke. I'm a type of person that'll drive it to your house.
Knock. Yeah.
Hello, you there?
Yeah. I saw this one earlier. Fernando said the Marvel bubble has burst. Fans need to understand that. I get what you're saying. I for sure get what you're saying. Is Marvel done? Is it done making $1 billion movies?
No.
I think Doomsday is going to make multiple billions of dollars.
Yeah, just because of the hype.
Oh yeah.
So
Doomsday
they just need to get back on track. I
think X-Men come into the universe is going to do a lot.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. My thoughts exactly. That's going to give the movie a huge boost. You said if Fantastic Four is good and the word of mouth spreads enough to make it a lot of money, that's really going to kind of augment things. But you're talking about Avengers, New Avengers, Fantastic Four, depending on how well that does, and then the X-Men, which has had wings for years. So I think it's gonna it's obviously gonna do insane numbers. And Downey coming back, despite how we feel about the casting, that's going to give it a big boost to the MCU. Is the house that he in part built. So
yeah,
it's going to make a lot of money, but I don't know if the stories are going to continue to work, especially if they don't listen to their fans.
And you know what? That's my biggest fear. That's my big fear.
You're too afraid to go back on something that didn't work. I mean, I'm not even talking about just T'Challa. I'm talking about there's a lot of things that people say that they don't want to see. They want you to follow the comic more, a little bit closer. You can still have, creativity and do things, but you should at least understand the storylines and make sure that at least makes sense. And if they don't do that, they're going to lose. Once again, they're going to lose their fan base, your foundation of a house. Now, a house is not just a foundation, right? It's the walls, it's the floors, it's all the other things. But without your foundation, that no matter what the house is, it crumbles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A good example of listening to your fans is Thunderbolts. Sonic. So, no, I'm thinking tomorrow, but yeah, Sonic for sure. But Thunderbolts. So, close your ears if you don't want spoilers. Them killing Taskmaster, it was just for the fans, because now it came out that they had a storyline where Taskmaster was going to live the entire movie, but she was going to keep trying to kill Walker, because that was her mission, and she's kind of like messed up in the head. So it was like she was just going to keep trying to kill him, because that was her last mission. And I'm like, that would have been kind of okay, funny. Them killing her, all the fans were like, yes, cool. We hate
the way that it happened too.
Yeah, it was so anticlimactic, so just random.
Just bang.
and forgettable, because you forgot that character was in the movie, but it allows the door to open to introduce the real Taskmaster, the one the fans want,
Yeah. So, and that's a great character,
but it's just a good way to go. You can go back on making a bad decision. That was a bad decision. They literally killed it, and hopefully we get it fixed later.
I don't know.
He's like, justice for Taskmaster. Yes, justice for Taskmaster. Give us the real one.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm with T to an extent, because I'm a fan of Olga Kurylenko. I'm butchering the pronunciation, I know.
For the weekend's fans.
Yeah, but I'd like a more proper Taskmaster. That's a character that you could do a lot with.
I just worry, even with I'm telling you, this Thunderbolts, I think this weekend, even it being Mother's Day weekend, this is a Mother's Day weekend, guys. I believe we're gonna get a 40 to 50. I'm gonna say 50% decrease in Thunderbolts.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. 50 is about average, obviously. But 50% drop is about
74 average. To 35. And you're gonna have a hard time getting over $500 million.
I think, like Lauren said, like once it goes under 60, once it's 60 and above, that's when it starts getting bad. If it drops like close to 69, 70%, then that's really, really bad.
Then
Really
everyone's
bad.
talking about these positive things about Thunderbolts. Now we're talking about Brave New World.
Yeah.
Now we're talking
Yeah.
about a movie that doesn't make $500 million.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure got way better. Don't ruin it. You're not wrong though. You are not wrong, Delta Dan. We're gonna get into Andor. Don't worry.
Oh, we should watch some of these trailers real quick.
Yeah. One real quick. Whose idea was to put Bucky make Bucky a Congress guy? It makes sense because you want to start turning Bucky into a good guy. You know, so having him be a politician that like is also a superhero, you know, he's gonna get the fucking shield. They're slowly building it up. Like, oh, he's already the American politician. He's a good guy. He's a hero. Like,
how many times have I said it?
Yeah. They're setting it up. They're 100% setting it up. So, but I think that's part of it. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm looking at even the tallies right now for Thunderbolts. So this week, it has made so far about $5 million more than Sinners.
Wow,
that's not a good number.
So Lawrence said he still has coworkers going to see Sinners this week. I mean, yeah. I
think a lot of families, especially Black families, are going to go see Sinners. I promise you that. And you know, we are a big, group to really kind of sway how things being. I wouldn't be surprised if Sinners this coming up Mother's Day weekend goes with it makes $30 million. So another weekend that's only
about 53 million from hitting 300.
I think it goes $30 million and then maybe another 28. I think it hits that $300 million mark.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But if it hits $300 million and Thunderbolts doesn't hit 500, that's a problem. Thunderbolts is that win, and all the critics will say this is the best Marvel movie since Endgame, which you're wrong, but
it's a good movie, don't get me wrong, but it's not the best.
That's Marvel says,
yeah. I think I went on my letterbox and I ranked my MCU movies or all the MCU projects. It's like 48 between the TV shows, the canon TV shows. I ranked them all, so I might move some of them because I kind of did it just randomly one day. So, but and I think I have like Thunderbolts like somewhere in the middle, like above the middle, but
it's like it's gonna be around 24, 25. That's probably 22, probably 22.
I have 48 films, but that includes like WandaVision and Loki and Miss Marvel and stuff like that. And what do I have? So out of the 48 ones, I have Thunderbolts at 17. Out of the 48.
That's actually really, really high. That's actually really high.
Yeah. But I mean, I got like Shang-Chi higher than that. WandaVision. No Way Home is higher than that. So, but like I said, I still gotta go through and.
I was watching Doctor Strange this past weekend, and I'm telling you that it's a better movie. It's a better movie. But I also watched Deadpool versus Wolverine again. It's a funner movie.
It's fun. Oh, it's super fun.
Oh, it's really fun.
It's a better movie. It's a funner movie. Oh, it's a better movie. I don't think it's a better movie than Brave New World, but that's just me.
Oh, absolutely not.
Deadpool Wolverine is just
it's fun.
It's
but
a
I don't
fun
even like
ride.
putting it in the MCU. It's not.
Yeah,
what part of it is in the MCU?
Just a couple minutes out of the
couple minutes when you talk to Happy.
It's only Happy. Like there's not one other superhero in this entire movie. We're talking about, guys.
I mean, I guess you can connect where they're at with the Loki show, because they're in that I forgot what it's called, but whenever the TVA zapped them, they went to that land. That's, I guess you can kind of connect it that way, but
if there's multiverses, right? Different universes and multiverses and stuff. Why can't there be other places like that?
Could be.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. And nothing good's coming out this week. Nah, it's really not. Because I was gonna ask you guys. I'm like, what are you gonna watch this week? 'Cause I got it.
Right?
I got tickets for Lilo and Stitch on Thursday. Not this Thursday, but when it comes out. And then the next day, Friday, I have Mission Impossible, which I think is what towards the end of the month. I think
Very end of the month.
22nd, 23rd. I think.
Yes, 22nd, 23rd. Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm going to
22nd
see
for
both.
Lilo Stitch is opening night. Mission Impossible at 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to see both that weekend.
Final Destination Bloodlines.
I'm going to see what people say about it first.
Which the advanced screenings are saying it's solid.
Is okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see that.
Whose idea is to give Bucky a lady hair bob? They made him look. I don't know.
It looks terrible.
Yeah.
What during the post credit scene?
Yeah.
Terrible.
With that hairdo, but they all gave him all weird haircuts.
They gave them all like
Ghost had like a Farrah Fawcett kind of thing going on too, and
yeah,
it's like people forgot about Deadpool Wolverine, kinda, because there's nothing to talk about besides like it was fun. But like once you start talking about like, oh, but this happened in here and that is going to happen in here and that's going to carry on, that doesn't exist. So we'll see. All right, let's get in. I enjoy Black Widow. I consider that a better movie than Thunderbolts.
So Black Widow's problem is it came out 4 years too late. If Black Widow came out when it's supposed to come out, you can have that argument.
Yeah. If it came out, it should have been like 2 months after Civil War.
Yep.
They should have struck while the iron was hot.
Yeah,
and they're afraid.
It's a good movie, and it might have been a good movie in that place, but no, it's not. You can't compare it.
Yeah, I had some issues with Black Widow though.
Yeah, it was fine. They just waited too long. No one cared at that point, and combine that with the fact that we were still kind of in the midst of the COVID pandemic, that definitely didn't help matters. But
they should have greenlit the movie.
They should,
they should have.
Yeah, they should have greenlit the movie way earlier.
Yeah, but they're afraid. They didn't want to do a woman-led movie until Wonder Woman killed it. They were like, haha, we can do it too, and
pretty much.
It was too late. Thunderbolts was basically Black Widow too. I get why people say that
because the main character is what they focused on, and
is her,
and all of them are like soldier, spy people, and
So I'm like, I don't like say like, no, you're wrong, but I get it. A lot of people are saying that. I saw this real quick. Grizzly, you should rock a bulb. I don't know. I think you said a bob cut or a bob.
You know how much? You see how long my hair is, bro? You see how long his hair is, bro?
Yeah. I said when Thor is holding Deadpool while he dies, also the TVA is MCU. That's why I thought the TVA is technically MCU through Loki. The whole Thor thing, but
the TVA can go through the entire multiverse, through all of it. So it doesn't have to be connected. It could just say this is a totally different universe. So it doesn't have to be.
No, it's a different timeline.
But multiple timelines. I mean, you could do all the timelines, all different universes, all those things. They talk about multiverses in the TVA. Like you can do that.
So, yeah. But yeah, it is still. I mean, it. But also, the TVA is only connected to the MCU through Loki, through the TV show. So, if you haven't seen the TV show, I mean, that's the first time TVA is.
Is that what Feige said? I'm trying to keep you from having to do too much homework.
Yeah, which is not a horrible thing, but we'll see. All right, you said what's the Pope? What's the best? So I'm gonna keep this for maybe this Saturday, since there's no movies coming out, and we might do a ranking system of all. I think it's 14 movies since Endgame. So we'll maybe do a ranking on Sunday.
Or should we do a battle?
A battle.
Like you do like a bracket challenge, and you put them 1 against 2, 2 against 3, you know, all of them. And you line them up and see who ends up being a tournament, and see who ends up at the finish.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad. But what if you put like Doctor Strange versus Thunderbolts, right?
Exactly.
You
You could, but most
but
likely
that doesn't give you
there's not going to be your number one. 1 versus 2 is going to be 1 here and 2 is going to be here, like at the edge. But there might be a surprise movie that might knock something out, and then the chat could vote.
Yeah, I mean we could do something like that. Try that out, like tournament style. But will we rank it towards by box office, or will we rank like how would we rank, or would it be just random placements?
Whatever we want.
Yeah. Well, no, we can't control it by anyway. It has to be
But the way we want to rank, we just name 1, 2, 3, the ones that we like, and then whatever they say.
Yeah. So what's Marvel's best phase in your opinion? Phase 3, hands down. That was the money maker. Because I believe phase 3 we had Black Panther, like all the good movies in phase 3. So but cool. Yeah, so we'll do something like that. We'll do that on Saturday. We'll talk all those post end game movies, stuff like that. All right, let's watch.
Hey, no, Kal-El, I will battle you on Supernatural trivia any day, anytime, any place. Matter of fact, if you win, I'll send you a necklace for Supernatural. Right? You want that one? You want to ward off some demons, man? You want this one? You want? Yeah. What you want? You want the Dean one? This is what you want? You want the Dean? You want that one? Let me know what you want, man. I'm here.
Speaking of, we're getting a Supernatural reunion in The Boys.
I know.
Yeah.
The showrunner said like we're gonna get all 3 main characters, Cass, Sam, and Dean, like in The Boys, and they're gonna have like a lot of screen time together. So that's gonna be pretty cool.
Nah, people, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. Like
when all 3 of them get together.
Don't do that.
And it sucks that they killed Bobby. You could have had Bobby in that too, but you already killed him.
What if that'll be good. They had them, and then Soldier Boy killed Bobby. Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah, get a Supernatural trivia going. That'd be kind of fun. What's up, Jason?
Jason, what's up, man?
What's going on? Just say you're scared. Don't make me deep with this shame.
What James?
When is The Boys coming back? I don't know. I think they just start filming.
I don't know.
I think they might be finished filming.
I know Anthony Starr posted something him as Homelander.
Or they may be in the middle of filming. I can't remember, but I don't see it coming out until like next year.
Yeah, let's see what it's saying. 2026.
2026, definitely.
Sometime there. But yeah. So
that's what I'm thinking. Probably like
spring, summer. It's going to be the last one, right? It's going to be the last episode.
It's going to be the last one.
Yep.
Which is good. I think 5 seasons is a good enough run.
Yeah, and they're telling their story, so it's not going to end the same way as the comic book. I mean, there's just no way it can. So it's going to have its own ending, which would be cool. Yeah. Soldier Boy killing someone is just weird statement, I think. Yeah, 2026. All right, let's watch some movies, some trailers, because I haven't seen any of these trailers that you have up.
Oh, really? Okay.
I haven't seen any of them.
I haven't watched any of these trailers either.
So for sure, Conjuring, Old Guard, and Grand Theft Auto. If we can knock those 3 out real quick.
Yeah, we can wait off of Squid Game, but if we can do those real quick.
If we can do those 3 and then get into Andor.
Yeah.
But because all of those, I love the Old Guard 1. I really like that movie. So
it comes out July 2nd. The Old Guard 2 July 2nd.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's watch some of these trailers. You want to do the Old Guard first?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
That one first.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Oh, pull it up, get it ready.
How are you doing?
Right there. All right. Let's watch this one. All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. We are going to check out a new trailer. We have the Old Guard 2 coming out on Netflix pretty soon. So if you haven't seen the first one, Charlize Theron is immortal. They fight crime. I forgot what it was. I think they were like they're assassins. I think it was something like that, right? So, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie. So let's check out this trailer for the second one and see what it's about.
How are you doing?
I'm at peace.
Didn't look that peaceful when you were throwing that guy out the window.
Listen, sometimes quick is better than subtle.
For centuries, I've watched you fight to protect humanity while forsaking your own kind. I will destroy you and everything you stand for with a power you can't even imagine yet.
Ooh.
I didn't realize she was in this.
Who is she?
She is the first of the immortals. She knows your histories, your relationships. I am scared of what she is capable of.
Booker, how do I find her? You and your friends don't have much time left.
Do you think she knows that I've lost my immortality?
Nothing that lives forever.
We're playing right into her hands.
I don't have a choice.
One day you'll understand. Every minute is a step towards death.
Then you're coming with me.
My money's on Uma Thurman.
Huh?
My money's on Uma Thurman always.
Yeah.
Kill Bill out of here. Boy,
That was
you
right.
can't give her a sword and think that she's not going to win. That's Uma
What if
Thurman.
they tie it together? What if you find out like that is like Kiddo, from Kill
Oh
Bill?
my god.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so sick.
Why does that look better than all the other stuff I've seen this year?
That looks a lot. It looks really good. It looks fun.
Oh man.
I did not know Uma Thurman was in this one.
Me neither. I had no idea until just now.
Yeah.
Then I wasn't following a whole lot about this movie.
Yeah, same.
I've been wondering when it's coming out. I know exactly when. I've been paying attention to it, so I've been waiting for it. I want it so bad.
Yeah. That first one was really good. We should do a review on the first one. I don't think we did.
Yeah.
I
Kind of makes me want to go back and revisit the original.
Yeah, because I mean now we get what's her name's Charlize Theron's like love interest who was like thrown in the water. So it's like she was down there for what, hundreds of years.
Oh
And
man.
they pulled her out. So it was like she's gonna be pissed off.
Mhm.
So yeah, this looks good. It looks good. The first one was good. This one looks even better. Like
Yeah.
you got two awesome actresses.
The quality of the story, the quality of the scene, the way it looked is amazing. I think that felt like a real movie. Like I want to see. I would go to, if it was in the theaters, I'll be at the theaters watching.
Oh,
this.
100%.
Same.
I don't know why Netflix got to get their shit together and stop with this no movie theater release.
It doesn't even make sense. This is so good. This is better than half the crap that I've seen in the movie theaters is better. This is better than I don't even understand what they're doing. So no, this looks amazing. I agree. Let's do an Old Guard 1 review. Everyone, you all watch it. We all have given you homework. We're giving you homework. Go watch Old Guard 1, and then we'll review it, and we'll do it all together.
I'm probably gonna end up watching it tomorrow night. Since
I was gonna say we could do a review on
Saturday, guys.
on Saturday.
Yeah,
You do your homework on Saturday. We'll do Old Guard 1 review.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm like, did we? Yeah, I don't think we've done one. Yeah,
I watched it. It was amazing. So
I remember watching it. It was super fun.
I remember really liking it when I first watched it, but yeah, I haven't revisited it since. So probably, like I said, probably do that tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of fun. This looks awesome. Was it July 2nd? So
July 2nd.
We got a little bit of time before it comes out. So yeah, but it was good on Netflix. This is gonna be a solid one for sure. But yeah, stay tuned to our look out for our Old Guard 1 review. We'll be doing that on Saturday. So definitely can't wait till we watch that first one. But yeah, we want to hear from you guys. We want to know what you guys think about the Old Guard 2. Leave a comment down below. Are you excited about it? Did you not even know about the second one coming out? So we want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you can come and join us live when we do these reactions and talk about movie reviews and other nerdy fun stuff. But we appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with us in the live chat. We want you guys to stick around because we're going to get into your comments right now. Oh man, fucking back is killing me. Let's see what you guys in chat are saying real quick. The Bride, yep. Said, meh, I got Netflix for free. I would eventually watch it. The first one was good. The first one was good.
Really
solid,
good.
It was a
man.
surprise because they didn't really market it. It just showed up one day. You're like, oh look, Charlize Theron, and
Yeah,
it was good.
You watched it, it was like, oh, this story makes perfect sense. I love it.
Cool.
This is a lot of action. There's a lot of good storyline. It's better than Eternals.
Yeah.
Way better. It was a better Eternals because they're all had all that life and everything. It was better.
So. Give you that.
And Charlize Theron, I'll watch anything that she always brings her A game, even if the movie itself isn't up to par. She always brings in pretty much everything that she shows up in. Hard to believe that woman's gonna be 50 this year, by the way. But
her Uma Thurman, come on.
But yeah, definitely gonna be watching this.
And you already got those bros don't look old. They're in their 50s.
Uma Thurman's 55.
55,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Poison Ivy's beating up the Atomic Blonde. And then Lawrence said Kill Bill versus Aeon Flux. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a good one, Lawrence.
Clark said, I need to watch the first one before I see the second one. It's pretty fun.
Do your homework, guys. Go home, do your homework, watch the first one, and we'll talk about it on Saturday.
Yeah, I would 100% go see this one in theaters if they.
I'd see it in the theaters. Absolutely,
it's so fun. So fun. We'll watch Old Guard 1 when Old Guard 2 drops. So you got a little bit of time.
Old Guard 1 came out in 2020.
Yeah, that seems all right because and
then that's 5 years later getting Old Guard 2.
Yeah. Maria said it looks good. Collector said Netflix needs to get off their ass and start putting movies out physically. Just don't do the subscription crap. Give people options.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's not Netflix's thing. That's not what they said they're going to do. That's not who they are.
It just sucks that they do have some really good original stuff, and the only way you can watch it is on Netflix. So if they decide to get rid of it, like the Voltron cartoon was so good, I loved it, and they got rid of it. So, never came out on DVD. So
all you gotta do is go on eBay, You didn't hear it from me.
You'll find
You didn't hear this from me. But go to eBay, look it up, and then you'll get a Blu-ray disc coming from somewhere, not here. But it will be a good movie. I promise you that.
Yeah. You said Brightburn was whack, so I can't trust him saying Olgar was good.
I didn't say Brightburn was whack. I said Brightburn was fine.
I didn't like Brightburn.
No, I think Brian.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like Brightburn. I'm not going to have an excuse for it. So,
It's like no. So yeah, that was a good one. You want to check out Conjuring, and then we'll get into the video game one.
yep, sounds good to me.
Remove that one. Make that up. Because this one also dropped today, right?
Yeah, a couple
Today?
hours ago.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, excuse me. Shit. All right. Let's watch this one. All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. We have another trailer reaction for you guys. This is the newest Conjuring film. Was what, number five at this point? Four? I lost track with all the spin-offs and the spin-offs of the spin-offs and and the sequels of the spin-offs. But I do love the Conjuring. I love this universe. It is so much fun. So yeah, so let's check this one out and then see what it's about.
If I
Supernatural.
This need to go on now. I'm done. No.
You're gonna turn into Benny from The Mummy and start like praying in like different languages, different religions.
Until one works. Oh
Dude,
man, that was good.
That's solid.
No,
Yeah.
man, I'm good on that.
The last one wasn't the greatest one. It really disappointed me. This one looks like it's back on track though. Like,
Yeah, the devil made me do it. I think I only watched that one once and was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really like the first two.
Yeah.
I like the Conjuring universe. The first. I wish they'd bring James Wan back to direct.
Yeah.
I know this one's from the same director as the last one. I know the other thing that guy directed was like Curse of La Llorona, which wasn't anything great. But this looks like this looks a cut above The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah. At least it's back to this like supernatural stuff instead of like devil worshippers.
Yeah.
Kind of. You know, like this is
Yeah,
like,
if they're taking it back to that, you know.
Yeah.
That's a big sell for me.
Yeah.
But
F that. If you know my rules, no, man. If I can't beat you up, then I'm not fighting. I'm not dealing with it. I don't want that in my life. I don't need spirits. I don't need ghosts. I can't hit a ghost. If I can't hit you, or you can beat me up either. Like if I can't hit you, then there's no way me to be. I don't need to be messing with you. No, I don't need to be conjuring nothing. I don't need to be watching someone conjure something. I don't need nothing about this, man. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I said no to Satan. Not today, Satan. Not today.
Baby dolls doing crunches.
Like, bro, I don't need that. No, I'm good. Angel wings. This is what we're doing. No, it's not where I'm at.
That's how you know it's gonna be a good one. Brian's like, nope.
Like, you guys can go see all you want, and I will review it. I'll host a review, but I am not going to see that dish. Nope, ain't happening. No, life is too short.
The Conjuring is like one of the only horror scary films that my girlfriend will go see because she just loves the Conjuring stuff. So, so we're probably gonna go see it for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Let's bring Erica on here to be in. Boy, Brian is not doing. Nope. Man, real life is scary enough. Oh man, nah, man, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll definitely go see it, and it's shortly before Halloween season anyway, so that's enough for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know,
September 5th.
September 5th, yeah.
So not too bad. Not too bad.
Yep.
Yeah. So September 5th, me and Brian will talk about it, and Brian will ask us the questions about
Yeah,
it.
I'll like this. I'll ask questions just like this.
Yeah. with like ear muffs instead of headphones. Just so
Exactly.
here. Oh man, but yeah, those are our thoughts for The Conjuring Last Rites, the first trailer of it. It's a Conjuring movie. Looks back on par to the first two, hopefully. But we want to hear from you guys. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment down below. That's what you guys think about this trailer. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come and join us for other trailer reactions like this one, movie reviews, other fun nerdy stuff. But we appreciate everyone in the live chat hanging out with us right now. You guys stick around because we're going to get into your comments right now. Cool.
Nope. 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 Ain't happening. Nah.
Heck, that's it.
Nah.
Let's see. Lauren said I didn't like number 3, The Devil May. Yeah, it just didn't flow right.
Yeah.
This looks good. All right, Deuce. We got Maria saying love the Conjuring movies. Yeah, like them too.
I ain't
Ace,
Conjuring,
there you
no.
go. Ace is right there with you.
Yeah. Nah, man. Nah.
It's like, nope. Yeah, collectors like, oh shit. There was scenes really scared out of me. Well, I will not be watching this in theaters.
I'm with you, collector.
Yeah. I'll be wearing a cross. It's like have the cross, have the
I'm gonna have all of them.
your protection thing.
No,
Have a bunch of salt, sit in a ring of salt. He said not today, Satan. Yeah,
exactly.
Hey, there it is. There's Mama Bear.
All right,
What's up, Mama Bear?
Are we good?
Appreciate you coming in. Lauren said Insidious put a movie then a Conjuring. They keep up with each other, right? At this point, but Conjuring I think is better than Insidious.
Yeah. And I know the next Insidious movie got pushed to next year. I think that's
really?
kind of dragging on a little longer than need be at this point.
Don't they both have what's his name?
Patrick Wilson, yeah.
Patrick Wilson, right? That's crazy.
I don't know. I can't know the difference because I don't watch them.
Oh man, can you beat up Jason Voorhees?
No, but I could walk right in front of him.
Yeah, I can outrun him.
If he starts running, then I'll start running. I'm not worried about him. I'm gonna stay away from water. I'm good. I ain't worried about Jason. I ain't worried about Michael Myers. I ain't worried about Freddy. Because you know what? We can fight. Even if I lost, I feel like physically I'm good. Like I hit, he knocked me out, he killed me. Cool. At least I was able to hit him. Yeah, whatever.
You can die happy.
I can deal with that. It's the fact that I swing and I go through nothing, and then he just hits me and I get hit by a ghost. Nah, I'm good, man. No, don't do that to me. I'm not.
Well, Freddy's technically a ghost.
Yeah,
he only shows up in your dreams.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be in my dreams either. But I know how to control my dreams a little bit better. And I'm like, look, bro, come in real life. Come at me there. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn to a superhero or some shit like that in my dream.
I would definitely check this one out.
Man, that's crazy.
Oh man. Weapons look good. Yeah.
Weapons does look pretty good. I liked Barbarian. It's from the same director, so. Now Barbarian's another one that, and I don't scare too easily. That's another one that kind of gave me that freaked me out.
Barbarian?
Yeah, Barbarian.
Yeah. A weird vibe.
That was like, and even the two trailers that came out for Weapons kind of give me the willies a little bit. I like that they're not telling you what exactly is going on.
Well, I think I've seen that one. Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
That freaking song.
Yeah. And Mom Bear said, if you want a third opinion, Kyle is a horror fan. Where did he go? Well, Kyle was in here. But yeah. But cool. Let's watch one more trailer, and then we'll talk about Andor and get ready for next week's finale. Let's watch this Grand Theft Auto. I've been hearing people bitch and moan about it already. I haven't seen the trailer yet.
I haven't watched it.
So
I haven't really seen the point. They just announced that they're pushing it back like until this time next year.
yeah,
And then right after that, they put out a trailer, which is like the ultimate troll move.
it's Rockstar always does shit like that. Hey, Maria said, "Do you think Clayface is going to be good?" It's too early to tell.
Yeah, it's too early to tell. I like the director.
Yeah,
I like Mike Flanagan, so I'm not sure I see the point in a Clayface movie, but I like Mike Flanagan, so
yeah. Let the universe build up a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me see a few DCU films, and then we'll see.
Mhm.
You know, I'm back. What we're talking about. We're about to watch the GTA 6 trailer. Said it's going to be $100 on release. Oh, don't say that, dudes.
Wow.
Yeah. Said, did Andor pick up yet? Did I stop watching after episode 4? Episode 8 and 9. Episode 8 and 9. We'll get into it though, but it kind of picks up. But we'll get into it. All right, let's watch this. But they start filming Clayface in July? I thought they put a hold on it.
I haven't heard anything.
Yes, I'm surprised. I'm actually looking at it up right now. I'm surprised.
It's scheduled to start filming October 1st. So yeah, well, this is not even right. Oh yeah, it's directed by James Watkins and written by Mike Flanagan.
Oh yeah, I had it backwards then.
That's fair. Yeah. So I don't know that. I thought it was gonna be discussing films. Said starts filming in October. This is from a few weeks ago. That'd be interesting. Why? Maybe. Like you said, but I mean, Flanagan's a good writer. He knows how to write good scary stuff. You know, or yeah. So here it said Gunn never confirmed it yet. He's only hinted on social media that Clayface from Creature Commandos survived the events of the show. But yeah. So it could be because I did forget we did have Clayface in that show. Also voiced by Alan Tudyk, who also voices Clayface in the Harley Quinn show. Very two different Clayfaces. very, very two different. That is wild how it could be the same character and completely different. Completely different.
Well, great voice actors could do that, right?
I mean, oh yeah, Alan Tudyk is great. Speaking of Alan Tudyk, he showed up in Andor. So yeah. All right. Let's watch GTA 6 and then we'll get into Andor. All right. All right. What is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. We're going to check out the new GTA 6 trailer. We've been kind of on a video game trailer kick the past couple weeks, so might as well talk about the most anticipated video game like of all time, right? I mean, just everybody wants to play this damn game. Let's check out the trailer, and then we'll talk about other things about the game afterward. But let's check out this trailer first.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason. I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I think you heard before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay. The new beginnings.
You break the news, isn't it? Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shot City!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this, we're doing it right.
Y'all be this full effect? They got your name, address, they got everything. Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
Like, back!
You and me, Lou. You got this.
We got it.
Say my city, baby! My city!
Come to Bill's Ammunition today. We got more guns than a lot of else.
Hey.
Hey, if you got bread, can you hook me up, please?
I hate that release date. I was ready to play it this fall, but it is what it is. If it means a better game, you know, I'll wait for the highest quality they can deliver. But I think it looks awesome, and I'm pretty excited that they're bringing it back to Vice City. Plus, it gives me ample enough time to finish because I'm still playing GTA 5 and trying to yeah, you know, there's so much you can do on that game, and it's got a lot of replay value. I've replayed pretty much each of the GTA games ever since 3. So, you know,
I played number 1, bro. I love that top overview.
The bird's eye view, right?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
so stupid, but yeah,
I have those somewhere on my for PS1.
yeah.
But
But I mean,
yeah.
I still play well, when I do play, I
You
play
still play
GTA
PS1?
5.
Oh,
No, PS5 or GTA 5 is
Yeah. I
it's
still have
just
I have my PS2 in here in my bedroom that I still play like a lot of old school like I said GTA 3, GTA San Andreas, GTA Vice City. I still play regularly.
yeah.
So yeah, if we gotta wait another year plus for the ultimate quality that they want to deliver, it's fine. Rather than me being disappointed, you know.
With a lackluster game.
Yeah, with a lackluster game, so I can wait a little bit longer. But it looks amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a Grand Theft Auto game. Like it just
That's exactly what it does. It just looks like a
You
Grand Theft Auto game.
you know what to expect at this point, right?
yeah, you know, which and it's not a bad thing. It's like Grand Theft Auto 5 is it's like you said, it's still people play it. Like
Yeah,
I play it. You know, I mean, whenever the last
Whoa,
game
whoa,
I
whoa,
did play
whoa.
was GTA 5.
yeah, they still managed to keep it fresh.
I mean, it's been a while since I turned on my PS5, but it is the last game I played. Was because I just wanted to go in and dick around and you know do drive race.
It's the ultimate time waster.
Yeah.
You know, there's times where I'm sitting around like BSing around, waiting for friends to come over or messing around until I go out to meet up with people, and I'm like, hell, I'll put in some GTA, play it, pass the time.
I own 3 copies.
Mhm.
I bought it on the PS4, bought it on the PS5, and I bought it on PC.
Did you end up ever downloading the remaster or something?
Yeah, because the PS5 was the remastered,
Mhm.
like updated version for the PS5.
Yeah, I
The same
remember
shit,
them.
though.
I remember them having those on sale on the PlayStation Market or the PlayStation Store. So I'm like, oh, I think they were like $11 for the
Yeah.
for GTA 3 through San
Oh.
Andreas. So I'm like, why the hell not?
Yeah. So it was good. Vice City was an awesome game. This one was good. I don't know. Did you play a lot of GTA, Brian?
I have. To me, all of them are very similar. Like, I didn't think and it's just I played to waste time,
Mhm.
and that's it. So that's what. So if it's world, it's a new world. Yeah, I'll probably play it, but
Funny story about when Vice City came out, and I was making a huge deal of it because like when I wasn't at class, all I was doing was playing Vice City, and I was always on the phone with my friends or talking to my parents about how cool it was. I remember going upstairs for breakfast like one morning the week it came out, which it was always a thing. Like my parents would always watch Good Morning America during the daytime, and so would I. So I come upstairs for breakfast, and my mom and dad are watching it, and they're in the middle of a report on the violence of the game, stuff like that. So my dad, I'll never forget how he said this. My dad goes, "Hey, Brand, they talk about your game on Good Morning America, how it's all violent and shit."
You tell him, he say, "Yeah, you probably right."
Yeah.
And my mom goes, "Is this the game that you've been saying is so wonderful?" I'm like, "Yeah, because it is."
I didn't say it was happy. I didn't say good things
awesome.
happen.
I say it brings joy to my life. That's enough, right?
Yeah. I mean, but they were like the storyline in Vice City was good, but the storyline in GTA 5 was epic, to say the least. So I hope that they do another really, really awesome story in number 6. The online stuff, visually, the gameplay, it all looks like it's gonna be the same stuff, but the story, it needs to be as it's gonna be hard to be as good as 5, but
Yeah,
I think they can do it.
I think 5 was really like peak GTA in terms of story.
Yeah.
I like 3 through San Andreas were cool because they took a lot of inspiration from like existing media.
Mm-hmm. Things that are
like
actually happening.
Yeah, like GTA 3 was a big homage to like Goodfellas, Godfather, stuff like that. And then when you look at Vice City, obviously with the 80s retro setting was Miami Vice, Scarface, stuff like that. And then San Andreas, I don't even have to say it, was like homage to urban hood dramas, or Boys in the Hood, South Central, Juice, which was a cool move. But then they kind of went back to a little bit of originality with starting with GTA 4.
Yeah.
And moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. I just hope it's good. Because if they're making us wait this long.
Yeah,
a long time. May 2026, and you already dropping the trailer. I gotta wait.
This is not even the first trailer. They had a teaser.
The first
crazy.
The first trailer was what, 2 years nearly 2 years after we got the first, right? And we
something like that.
And we just found out that we got to wait another year and some change.
And then we'll find out you have to wait even longer. That's gonna be.
That's what I'm afraid of. But if it means the best quality they can deliver, I'm pretty I'm pretty insistent that if you want to make, in the case of video games, even more so than movies, I think, because if I'm going to pay $100, $60, however much for a game, yeah, take as much time as you need to deliver the best quality you can.
Yeah.
Is this
So,
true? 11 years between the games?
More than that. More like 13. The first one came out, or the last one came out in 2013. Fall 2013, right?
2013, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
but I mean, but also it was like, why make a sequel when the current game you're playing is still making you a butt ton of money?
It's still
You know,
going strong. It's insane.
so many people are still playing it. YouTubers are on doing gameplays of it. Like they still do content releases.
Mhm.
You know, like, you know, you had the bank heist for a while. Then I think the most recent one that I remember playing was was it 50 Cent? I think 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg were in it or something like that. And you were like some like album studio kind of thing that were also like gang banging on the side or something stupid. You know, so yeah, you know, it goes all over the place with this thing.
Mhm.
So you were like
Yeah.
spy smugglers at one point in the online side of it all. So yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I love the but I love GTA as a whole. They're a lot more cinematic than a lot more Hollywood productions. Let's be real.
Mhm.
Even the Red Dead games.
Yeah.
I think that they are essentially movies in game form.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
that's how they're writing
all
down. Yeah.
because originally I think they were saying this was potentially going to be out this October, which would have been awesome, but we can wait a couple more months. It's all good. I've been waiting this long anyway.
Yeah. I bet Dr. Dre was on the GTA 5 online stuff.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Him being
they
a
were doing that
DJ and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, he was like, I don't know if he was himself, but the character was definitely looked like him. It was his voice.
Why would
And,
Dr. Dre not be himself?
Who else would he be, right?
I don't know if they would want to do it because like if they kill that character, and I don't remember if they did or not, but you know, but if he does like super shady shit, like sell drugs and I don't know, kill somebody, you might not want to have your name attached to that.
No, Dr. Dre still would do it.
Yeah. I don't remember. Because it's the whatever heist, the contract, whatever, is in it. But I didn't get that far into the online stuff because I didn't have enough people to play with. That was the hard part. Do randos, and that always sucked. But cool. Yeah, so you know, that's our thoughts for this Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, and the release date, you know, got pushed back again. But we want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys thought about this trailer. There's a lot of other people talking about other things of this trailer. Let us know. You know, I think it was a Grand Theft Auto trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing blew me out of the water, but yeah, you know, just like I said, let us know. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right down there. Come and join us when we do trailer reactions like this one for movies, video games, TV shows, and when we do reviews for movies as well. Come and join us. But we appreciate all you guys coming in, hanging out with us in the live chat right now. You guys stick around because we're gonna get into your comments. All right. Yeah. What are you guys saying? I hear some mama bear saying some stuff. Let me go from top. They've probably been working on GTA 3 times longer, but I hope they don't try to make $100 the new normal. I hope not.
I hope not. Yeah.
I hope not. Yeah, Nintendo opened the floodgates, so that's the problem. We'll see. Because once one game system is like, this is the new price, everyone's gonna do the same. Just jump on, and it'll suck. They say I want to see some GTA gameplay. I do too, but it'll be a while before they do that, which kind of sucks. Yeah. So, you know, we'll get gameplay at a convention.
Mm-hmm.
Probably we might get some gameplay. Is there when's the next convention? There's no. Oh, you know. I wonder if it's Sony or probably Sony will do like I forgot what it's called when they have their things online. what are they called? Yeah,
Like
but yeah, their releases and stuff like that, and they show gameplay and stuff like that. Because there's no more conventions. Because there was what was the old one? E3. Like that's not a thing anymore, which really sucks. But yeah. See. I said nice seeing decent looking black male characters for a change and feminine looking characters. I mean, yeah. Because I know a lot, but GTA is known for just making everyone weird looking. Everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah. Makes me want to buy an exotic car and snort coke. That's funny. Oh man. Giving modern Vice City. That's what it is. Yeah, it is. It's Vice City, but now. So can't wait for GTA 5 to come out. Just hope it doesn't get delayed again after 2026. GTA 6. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah. I sure hope not.
Oh, another delay. I don't want to say it would kill it, but I think it would start to piss off fans.
Yeah.
Because like they're lucky. We're all lucky because like we still have GTA 5 that's keeping us distracted. How much do you play online GTA 5 or you never really did online stuff?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes I do it.
Yeah.
I could probably do it a little bit more if I'm being completely honest, but here and there, yeah.
The online is all I do now with GTA.
I'm probably going to start doing a little bit more of that.
It's fun,
especially throughout the month of May, because this is going to be my last month where I kind of like hibernate.
Yeah, it's fun, man. You get the bank heist early on, and you get like other people, and you have to buy a house and buy garages and stuff. Like you have your little base, and then it just snowballs into like fucking crazy shit, But it is fun. It is online. It's just now it's so freaking far beyond everything. As soon as you log in, there's like people flying in like flying motorcycles, and there's like the DeLorean flies by and shit.
Yeah, I know there's like a lot of I know there's a lot of crazy shit on there.
Yeah, and that's all like part of the game. It's not like hacks or anything. It's just what it is now. So, but don't worry, you drop like $100 and buy yourself a cool vehicle. That's what my bear said. Big question, is Brandon a model for some of those characters? Were you the CGI modeling?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's just hope it doesn't get delayed again. Yeah.
It will be.
Years. They get GTA 5 get delayed like 5 times. Yeah, GTA 5 got delayed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So Red Dead Redemption was epic. Let Rockstar do their thing. Exactly. Rockstar has been doing their thing for as long as I can remember, man. They always made awesome. Bully might be one of my favorite games of all time, and
Bully is awesome. Sequel. I would have loved a sequel that had just as much franchise potential as GTA or Red Dead.
Yeah,
at the very least, we could have gotten one more game out of it. I love Bully.
Yeah, 100%. Really, I was trying to see what other
that was another thing back when I was in college, man. Like I'd have to play Bully on like a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night before I went out. I had to play for at the very least, like an hour, 40 minutes before I went out.
Damn.
Yeah.
I had to get some of my friends would always hit me up, Brandon, where you at? I'm like, I'm still in my room. I'm not leaving yet.
You're like, I'm busy.
Yeah, I'll meet you guys there.
So Rockstar, obviously GTA. They did Midnight Club. I love the Midnight Club games. Number 3 was really good, the dub edition. Max Payne were so good.
Yeah.
Bully 2006. That's such a good game, man. Such a good. If you never played Bully, play that. That's really good.
Bully's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Revolver, which I loved Red Dead Revolver. You know, that was before they did Redemption. LA Noire, if you ever played that, that's a really good game. You know. But they had some not fun ones. Manhunt was interesting. You know. Did they do State of Emergency? Yeah, State of Emergency.
They did State of Emergency.
No, it wasn't the best either.
That one was no, like the first couple of times I played it, I liked it, but a little too repetitive for me. It's
They did Earthworm Jim 3D in 1999.
That I didn't know.
Yeah,
Cool.
I didn't know that. Oni, if you ever played Oni, they did that one. So yeah, you know, there's more wins than losses for sure. You know, but they got a few not good ones. But yeah, but definitely they need to do Bully, man. I've been saying that for years. We need to
another Bully game would slap.
100%. But yeah, where you at? Oh shit, you guys are really going crazy. All right, Collector, have a good night. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out.
See you, man.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Ace. I just saw it. State of Play. Yeah, they'll probably do a State of Play, and they'll they'll do some actual gameplay of this game, probably towards the end of the year.
Yeah, but the gameplay hasn't been fixed yet, so that's probably why they haven't released any gameplay. I mean, why if you have a year still to go, it makes sense, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times the too with gameplay is they like to show the person actually playing the game. You know, because that's the big thing with a lot of the video games. Like they'll show sometimes with it is just not as fun. You know, people want to see it live.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see it live. Dustin Dan said Max Payne was so good. I didn't play Bully. Bully. It still holds up. It was a PS2, I think.
Oh God.
Yeah, PS2.
Yeah, they have some remastered editions though, so you probably get it on PS5. Might not look like PS5 graphics, but it probably still looked pretty good the last time I played it on a PS4. So we got Shifty. What's up, Shifty? Saying Red Dead Revolver. What happened?
His ears were burning. We're gonna talk Andor, so he's like, "Yep."
Andor. Yeah, Revolver and LA Noire games were purchased from other publishers. Revolver was originally developed by Capcom. Oh, was it? I did not know that. Red Dead Revolver was awesome. It was so good. I love that game. I played that game so much. But that would make sense then why they changed it to Red Dead Redemption. Mm-hmm. If it was like that, yeah. Either way, batting average is very good for that game, for that studio. Kyle said, Brian, we should leave the charge on Supernatural game. The potential is limited.
I'm on it.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
And the intro song be "Carry Away for Sun." No, that'd be cool. I'm all for it.
There we go. Mover said, what was that? Maki and I cover State of Play when it happens. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Do you do it on your channel or whose channel do you do it on so people can follow you? So yeah, make sure you go check out Mama Bear when State of Play stuff comes out. Question: what's your favorite game console of all time?
For me, it might be
Xbox 360.
360 is up there.
It might be PS2 for me because that's what really got me like regularly and consistently gaming. And a lot of just games that have a lot of sentimental value for me were mostly PS2.
Yeah. PS2 was a lot of fun. I remember playing a lot of PS1 I played a lot with my grandfather. We did a lot of PS1 games, and it's hard for me, like, because my favorite game console isn't because of the games. Like Xbox 360 was like the first time I really did a lot of online gaming. So like me and all my friends were able to like play Gears of War like all night and all weekend and just played it nonstop. You know, but PS1 I had a lot of good memories with, and that's like was great. And 64. N64. I would go over to my friend's house and we would play N64 because it was like one of the first systems that had 4 controllers. You know, it was one of the first systems that had a stick. You know, so you were really cool. And 007, GoldenEye. GoldenEye is
GoldenEye. Oh
one
my
of the
god.
one of the most fun games.
Nintendo 64. Oh
N64,
my god.
so NWO versus WCW. Awesome. One of the best wrestling games still to this day. It was just so stupid, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's hard. You know, but that's probably it's a flip between N64 and 360.
Man, when you do that N64 kind of, that just throws
forget.
Oh my god,
you forget.
Was that the Mario Kart on 64 too, man? Like now you really, I mean, because GoldenEye is the best first person shooter like
Mario Kart.
Game. That's it. Yeah. But Mario Kart on there too.
GoldenEye No Mercy was on there. Perfect Blue, which was just a bootleg GoldenEye, but Perfect Blue was it Perfect Blue?
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark. Yes, that was it. You know, I hated that fucking game because my friend was so good at the gun that would shoot through the walls. Fucking hated him. Fucking hated it. N64 brought 4 controllers and Bond Wrestling Mania. Yeah, I mean that's why N64 was. It's up there. It's up because I remember we would all go to my friend's house and we would just like be in the room and just like GoldenEye all the time. So, but it went from like all being in a room together, or the system that just had us at home. You know, so it was like I would come home from work and play Gears of War rather than coming home from school and going playing 007. You know, with the same people. Which is funny enough.
But you could be at home, you can play all night because you don't have to go home.
Yeah. So it's a flip between those two, just because the being able to be with my friends, it's N64 or 360 for sure. So facts. Yep. MK4 was dope on N64. Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct was good. I used to bring controls from my boy's house. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember I bought my own.
Put it in your book bag and just keep on going.
Yeah, because he bought that Mad Cat shit. I'm like, get that shit out of here. I ain't using that thing, man. Get the real thing. You know, then you get the rumble pack you plug in. So like whenever you shot, like the whole thing would shake.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. It's more fun than being in the same spot. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's fun.
It is, but you could do a lot longer when you're at home.
Yeah, you can legit go all freaking night, all weekend, which done that many times. So, but Kyle said his was Dreamcast.
Oh my goodness,
which is another class that was good, but it just never.
So Dreamcast and Sega Saturn, that was yours, Kyle.
the systems that didn't live, that died to me. Dreamcast was awesome though. That was a system that was. The world wasn't ready for Dreamcast.
The world wasn't ready for Sega Saturn.
I mean, if it was cheaper, it would have been better. Sega Saturn was way too expensive. Shifty said, Telltale Games should have done games with CW shows like Supernatural, Smallville, and other Arrowverse. That's
Smallville would have been so awesome. A Supernatural Smallville. Oh,
wow. The way Telltale Games did it, yeah, 100%. Because they do Walking Dead, I think.
Walking Dead, yeah.
And that was great. That was great. Mom, I said never played Mario Kart. I'm especially bad at driving games. Well, that's why it'd be perfect for Mario Kart because it's so unlike really driving.
I like Mario Kart and I like Crash Team Racing. I've actually been replaying Crash Team Racing. And it's been making me rage quit.
That's funny. 2K football. Yep. Dreamcast.
NFL
Dreamcast was
Game Day on PS1.
Oh, which one was the one with Warren Sapp on it? And then they came out with like the first person mode. You remember that? And that was the first time it didn't beat Madden, but it came close. I might have.
I think it's
really, really close. Was it Game Day?
I think it was. Oh, is that ESPN football?
Yeah, that sounds right.
ESPN
football.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. That was such a great game, and I believe Madden bought them out.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, but that first person view was wild. Like at that time, I was like, "This is crazy." So, most women are Mama Bear. Most women are Mama Bear. I'm playing Drive Joke. Yeah. Yeah, ESPN is considered the greatest football game of all time, so we'll play it online. It was good. It was really good, and I believe that was like the only time they either barely beat them or came close to beating them or Madden. And then the next year, Madden's like, "And we're gonna buy you because
exactly because you got more money, and we're gonna do that."
Yep. All right. Let's start with some Andor, and then call it a night. Getting us sidetracked with video games. What do you think? What do you think? We're nerds. All right. I don't think I got a background for Andor. But
I mean, until episode 8, it didn't deserve it.
I mean, you're not wrong. All right, let's talk about it.
And don't give it a regular Star Wars one. No. I was walk away. No.
All right. Let's do it. All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. We are going to talk about episode 4 through 9 of Andor, mostly 8 and 9, but we didn't really discuss the 4, 5, and 6. That was all kind of one story, and then 7, 8, and 9 are the newest story that happened this week. But Brandman, we'll start with you because I know you do enjoy this one. What do you think about the last 2 bunches of episodes?
The last handful of episodes has really gotten me even more invested in a way that I didn't expect. I like that it's more of it's kind of more Star Wars geared towards adults, I guess you could say. I really like a lot of the character moments. I like how, despite the fantastical setting that we're used to from Star Wars, I enjoy how grounded it feels, which I never thought I'd say about Star Wars.
Star Wars, grounded.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I like that. I like that we're seeing more of the rebellion side of things. I like that it doesn't feel like Star Wars in the conventional sense. I think it's something fresh. It's probably my favorite thing of the like the Star Wars streaming service universe or whatever you'd call it. And Diego Luna and Genevieve O'Reilly are probably my 2 favorite actors on this, especially Genevieve O'Reilly. She's just absolutely killing this, I think. I like the subtle tension of the show, and I like how it's finally kind of building up to where we first meet Andor in Rogue One. So it's not only is it something that I enjoy, it's something that I'm enjoying in a way that I didn't expect to enjoy it.
Okay. Well, you, Brian, just overall thoughts of the last bunch of episodes.
All right, so 4, 5, 6. It was a show. There was stuff happening. Cool. I mean, it was like there's no. I think what you said made most sense. Like if it was a different show, then I wouldn't have all this hate. I just wouldn't. If it wasn't Star Wars, yeah, I'd be like, cool, whatever. It's whatever. But it's not Star Wars until now. Now that it's feeling a lot better. 8, a lot of crap went down. Death, the plan. Oh my goodness. We're going to shoot one of our own guys to start the intrigue. Like that was so cool. That was smart. So I'm not a fan with a lot of stuff, but when something is done well, I'm okay with it saying it's done well. before I really think I said 4, 5, and 6 was I put in the same box as 1, 2, and 3. Nah, okay. 7, okay. 8, great. You know, and I'm watching 9, and that was pretty good too, and it's interesting too. So I'm like, I'm in the point where I'm like, okay, I'm actually interested, and that's the first time I've said this about this show in a long time. The idea that this is for adults. What Star Wars wouldn't be for adults? Like, I don't understand. Like, what is Star Wars geared towards kids? Like, it's not necessarily that way anyway. I think it's just, you know, that whole concept to me doesn't make sense. But I'm happy that this is going well now. I just wish it would have happened in episode 3.
Yeah, I wish 8 and 9 would have happened in season 1. You know, because for me, it's like you said, 4, 5, and 6 was just kind of more of the same kind of stuff going on. Like, okay, Cassian's doing this, he's figuring it out, you know. But it was definitely setting up more.
They're getting close to 9,
but it just
and Mon Mothma, like they're both the two antagonists, like kind of setting
coming
up
to,
at this point.
Yeah, to get them together finally, you know. Yeah, I agree with that. But it's just the first 3, I was like, okay. I kind of like had to struggle through a little bit. 7 was like, I'm like, okay, like shit's going to happen. You see it all coming together. But 8 and 9 is where it's at, because holy crap. Because I think I was telling you guys before the show, 8 and 9 felt more like Rogue One. You know, like all the stuff was happening, and you know, not just because of the action, but also because of the action. But it felt like I was actually watching the start of the rebellion. You know, like, oh, this is the restart, because like everything else felt like false starts almost. Like season 1, when the Empire screwed over those people, nothing happened. The Empire screwed over these people, nothing happened. Empire screwed over a bunch of prisoners, nothing happened. You know, so I was like, okay, when is going to be the thing that actually creates the rebellion? And this horrible thing the Empire did, you know, is like, okay, like this is the thing that finally happened. You know, could it be because there were a bunch of like pretentious rich assholes and everyone else was just poor, you know, so no one cared when the poor people died, but now all the rich people who make like fancy like silk, basically, it seems like, with the spiders, like, oh, they're dying, oh, now we have to pay attention, you know. So I'm like, oh, okay, so real world shit, you know. So, and that was kind of like one of the issues I had, is like, if this everything feels very real world, you know, and
I got real world too, outside on my outside.
Yeah,
you know, I watch the news.
Yeah. I was trying to think her speech, Mon Mothra's her speech. I have to give credit, because holy shit, it is such a good speech. Like, oh my god. Like, so here, I had to bring it up. The death of truth, the death of truth is the ultimate victory of evil. When truth leaves us, and when it slips away, when it is ripped from our hands, we become vulnerable to the appetite of whatever monster screams the loudest. Like, bro, like her fucking speech was so good, and it probably got to be one of the best moments of the entire show. You know, so like there's some like really cool things, and then everything that happens after the speech is kind of just like this is the actual start of the rebellion, like, you know. So yeah.
What's that? So that you were saying basically it was 19 episodes of pre-rebellion, and then yeah.
I mean, because I always felt
we'll
like
get
it was
5
like
of really good.
Yeah. You know, so, but yeah, man, when she said that, though, the death of truth is the ultimate victory of evil, I was like, boy, like these writers knew what they were, you know, they were talking to somebody, and it wasn't the Emperor. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so yeah, but it was Gilroy can write speeches. That who wrote it?
Yeah, he can.
That was really good.
Yeah, the speech scenes are probably one of my favorite things about the show.
Yeah. Even everything happening in the background, because you have I can't think, Organa's people trying to get her, but they're infected with bad guys, and then Lufin's and Andor trying to get her to save her. She doesn't know who to trust, and it's just a lot of like undermining and who's really the bad guy, who's really the good guys. Lufin constantly lying, is that good or bad, and like stuff like that is really interesting. But it just sucks. Like I'm finally invested in the show, and there's only 3 episodes left. I was like, cool. So, and I'm not even like sure that these last 3 episodes are gonna be good. Like I'm kind of worried. Like it's not. It's gonna kind of.
It's only because you've been hurt so many times before. You've been hurt so many times, and you're like, I'm not sure I could continue to do this and be hurt again. That's all.
Yeah. So that's kind of our thoughts. We're kind of all over the place with this show between the 3 of us. But there's a few things I did want to bring up just because it talks more about like the fandom and the show a little bit. Is that this show is very grounded, like Brandman said, but it's very grounded in the real world. I felt like too. It was like you can draw a lot of lines
Parallels
to our world and stuff that's going on right now, stuff that's recent history, stuff like that. Do you think that that's good or is bad? Brandman?
That like just how grounded the show is,
but it being connected to the real world. Like there's a lot of parallels between that.
Sure, I'm fine with it. I think it's something kind of fresh that, to an extent, we needed in the Star Wars universe. And I think it kind of suits the plight of the title character. So I don't really see it working any other way in the case of Andor himself and the world that they've kind of shown him existing in, or the side of the universe that they show him existing in. And like I said, it's actually, much to my own surprise, one of my favorite things about the show.
Yeah, I mean it's also like I'm pretty sure with Brian, but it's like, was it long ago in a galaxy far away or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, here's shit that happened last week in the real world. Like is it? I'll say confusing. I don't know. I don't know if it sits right with this space odyssey opera thing.
That's what I think people get lost on what it is. What Star Wars supposed to be. It's supposed to be this space opera, this whole very cool world that has good, evil, all that stuff. And sometimes I don't need more politics. And I think that's what turns me off, because the world that we live in now, I don't need more of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the shit that I have now in this world. So I think that turns me off in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know political stuff happens, and it happened in this world, and we had Rogue One, and we had to get to that point. But I don't necessarily need that. And that's probably my biggest thing. I don't need what's happening out in this world that I don't even like now, that I'm in, being part of the TV show. So, but with that being said, I still think 8 and 9 are good. It's a good way to do things. I mean, it had stakes, and the stakes mattered, and that's great. But I just won't enjoy it that way. I just won't enjoy it that way. That's me.
Yeah. Because it's like saying one thing. So say like, for example, like things being connected to what we watch is the prequels. With the prequels being very political, and the whole thing is like, oh, we're gonna have this trade war that's gonna influence the politics of the universe, and everyone's gonna lose their damn mind. Like, what? Like, flash forward 20 years later, what the fuck? You know, so that's a little different. You know, because like, did George Lucas see the future or what?
That's more Simpsons. That's more
Simpsons, like future telling kind of thing. You know, but where this is more like responding to what's happening in the real world now, but also in the sense of what is going on in the universe of Star Wars. You know, like the rebellion, blah 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 blah. It's just I feel like they hit really close with things, you know, talking about like, you know, I believe they said like certain keywords that you hear a lot on the news, you know. And I was like, so, you know, and which is weird because I'm trying to look for it. Anybody in chat, if you can correct me, I'm pretty sure George Lucas said he wanted to make sure Star Wars isn't a reminder of the real world. Like it's taking things from real world, like wars, Vietnam War, other things like that, fascism and stuff, but also taking it to a different place where you don't feel like you're reminded of this world, you know, where TVs didn't exist, books didn't exist, you know, because you're that far advanced. And then in this show, it's like, here's books, here's a TV for the first time ever in Star Wars, you know. So
I mean, the idea is a long, you know, a galaxy far, far away, a long, long ago. So like that's the whole point, right? So why would it need to be today stuff? So I don't know. And as I say, you're free to like it, and I totally understand. You know,
and
it's when it's well thought out. So like, I'm not talking about the quality of what's being produced. I just don't like the idea because it's well thought out. It makes perfect sense. There's never been an episode where I said this doesn't make sense.
I said books are in the Last Jedi. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that movie. But yeah, I mean, books were in there, but like even in this show, like I'm pretty sure I saw somebody walking around with like a notebook or some shit. I could be wrong. I only watched it once, but I thought I saw like a notebook. You know. But yeah, but a TV, like we saw a TV, you know, with like a news, and even like when they were on the planet of Gorman, whatever, like they were like, there was like a news guy, like a press guy, you know, like speaking to a camera. So it was like, I'm like, oh, you're legit doing like real world stuff, you know, which I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's also really like too spot on, you know. The Empire have always been space Nazis. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
they've always been space Nazis.
Yep.
Like that's the inspiration behind them, is just this fascist regime, you know. I mean, the way they dress, the way they look, the way they talk, everything,
the way they march, all of it.
Yeah.
Even you know, the sounds and the theme songs for everything. That's what it was about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There you go. What's up, Jeeves?
Jeez, oh my goodness, what's up?
She said, how can we suspend disbelief and get lost in the story when they're showing us believable stuff we're living in? And good evening. Yeah.
It's where I'm at. This is where I'm at.
Yeah.
So
and then so Delta Dan said, pretty sure George was talking about buildings, machines, and computers back in 1977. Yeah. You know, which I was like, yeah, because you don't want to be reminded of this world, right? You know. And the TV was really interesting because, like, at first I saw it, I'm like, have we ever seen something like that before? The closest thing would be the little hologram, right? You know, which those I want to consider them TVs, you know. So I know it's an interesting kind of thing, but yeah, not saying like it took me out, like, oh, this is so unbelievable now, you know, like I'm just saying like it's interesting the way they're going about it, you know. Yeah. Said, of course they're Nazis, stormtroopers. Yeah.
No, I agree. No, that's not the question.
Yeah. No, they're bad, you know. So, and he even said as much, you know, the original Star Wars was very, very political driven, you know. It was about the wars. It was about the little wars. He even said the Vietnam War, the Korean War, like where the little nobodies against the big empire, you know, and
they use
won.
guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, you know,
That's
and the little people won.
All of them. So
yeah, I believe it was like a what is it? James Cameron and George Lucas on a table talking to each other, which is a really interesting video to watch. You know, not because it's bad, just because like hearing him talk about like Star Wars in that way. But with Andor, I'm into it now, just because I feel like we're getting close to Rogue One, and I really do love Rogue One.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rogue One's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you know, and I feel like we're getting closer to that now. You know, we got the robot, the KS, whatever, coming in. You know, stuff like that. Like, were any of you guys surprised with his with Binks? What's her name? Bix. Yeah.
Kind of. I thought she was gonna die.
I did too.
Yeah,
I did too.
Were you happy she lived, or did you want her?
Kinda. Even though that makes it more tragic, because you know, you assume that she's going to be alive when Cassian dies. You know.
Yeah. Because I was always wondering, I'm like, how are they going to get rid of her? Mm-hmm. Like, I and the easiest answer was like they're going to kill her because, you know, what is it? You know, fridge the girlfriend. I mean, that's basically what they're going to do: kill her, motivate him to be even more fight for the cause. But I think her removing herself was better in that sense, though. So I'm glad they didn't cheap it. They go the cheap route, you know, and do that. Like, you know, like she made the adult decision is like, I need to remove myself from this because you have to be the person you're meant to be, kind of thing, you know. So, so again, the writing's good. You know, characters are doing decisions that are good. You didn't cheap and just kill her.
It's very reality based. You know, this is what would happen in reality. All that none of that can be complained about, right? Can you complain about any of that stuff? No, I mean, this is what it is. That's not the complaint. My complaint is just unnecessary. But the quality, it's great.
Yeah,
this quality is probably better than a lot of these other Star Wars TV shows.
I mean, the quality is probably better than the last two movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying, you know, like I just wish it was.
I'm wrong.
It was a story that I can get more behind, like Rogue One. You know, I think it just dragged out a little too long for me. You know, now we're getting to where I finally wanted to get. It's like this is where I wanted to get from season 1. You know, you should have did this instead of like this slow burn of I don't want to be in the rebellion. Okay, now I am, and now I don't want to be killing people in the rebellion, and now I'm a leader. You know, it's like, bro, like,
here's my question.
I don't know.
If it was only one season, 15 episodes, would you like it better? If you took all the best parts of all this stuff, it was only 15 episodes, would you like this more?
What about you, Brian?
Possibly.
To the point, like, the last 3, and then I mean these last 6 that we're about to get, last 5 that we have. So it's 5, right? And then
assuming that the last 3 are good,
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
And then you took 10 of the last 20 they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it might. That. Yeah.
We all said there are good parts. There are good instances in it, and if there was something like happening all the time, and did 15 episodes, and we had all those things happening, and you still got your political part, and you still got, but you got to the feeling of the Rogue One feeling a little faster, what would you then say this is a good, really good?
Yeah, because I think within 15 episodes, like you said, like the last 5, you would get these, you know, episode 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 10 out of the last 20, you know, like, yeah. You know, because then you're able to get to the point quicker and then just keep moving on. Like, you don't have to.
Every episode would matter.
Stuck. Yeah. Everything would matter more. And you can still do your prison escape episode. You can still do like, you know, your heist episode from season 1 and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know. So it's just the problem that for me was it was just sitting on things for too long. You know, like Shifty saying season 1 was perfect. I
can't agree with that.
if they would have sped it up, I think it would have been better. They spent 3 episodes on like doing the heist, and then the heist happened, and then they just moved on. Like, cool. Like.
But they could have done one episode trying to do the heist and then heist, and then one episode explaining this, and then they could have done that a little bit.
The heist was
faster.
cool. The prison escape was cool. Like there were cool parts. It just
But it felt like no
condensed it.
payoff. But it's because their whole point was to kind of give you build this whole thing up. But if they would have did it all in like this last, let's say 20 and 10. All of a sudden, you just cut out 10 episodes.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this becomes really, a good way of doing it. And it's only one season, and you can enjoy this Star Wars story in between all the stuff that feels Star Warsy. And then now it's more of a behind the scenes outlook and less of a drawn out thing, a little bit more.
Yeah. Delta said, but Andor would be great if it was 2 2-hour movies. Yeah, which would have been.
But then you would have got a whole movie, and then asked us to come back for the second movie.
Yeah,
I would be ready better with a in-game time movie. You understand, like a 3.5 hour movie. So you get the ups and downs. You could cut a little bit out of it, but you still get, and then you get the climax all in one sitting.
Yeah, I mean, just do a legit prequel to Rogue One. Just do a legit prequel to Rogue One. Like
let it be long.
Yeah,
2.5
2.5 hour movie, 3 hour even if you want to really like stretch it. But yeah,
give it in game because you could have a lot of that stuff. And you could do a lot of things. I think even Brandman, he talks about a lot when you say some things are better at TV shows and some things are better at movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might be better as a movie.
I could see it lending itself to a movie.
Yeah.
I'm fine with I'm fine with the route they're taking with the show, but it could definitely work as a movie.
Yeah. It just because season 1 happened, but then season 2 comes in and it's like it's skipping. So it's like, so you had all that time in season 1, and then you were very linear with your time, right? And now you're in season 2, and now like you have to, here's a story, skip. Here's a story, skip. Here's a story, skip. It's like, why are you skipping when you had the time? You had the time. I don't get it. So that's kind of the issue, is like you're trying to like which means you dragged it out and now you're rushing it,
Mm-hmm.
So no. Quick shout out to Jeeves with a super chat, with a 1999 super chat. Thank you, Jeeves. You are awesome.
No, she is amazing.
Yeah,
you're
she's
great.
Awesome. I'm too sleepy to just listen tonight. Unfortunately, you're always on my mind. Good night. We always appreciate you coming in, hanging out.
Yeah, every time you say things or you comment on a video, I literally we look at it and we talk about amongst each other, and I can't wait to some of these other shows that we talk about come back. So
yeah.
I can't have some of it, and they already wrapped up Silo. Oh boy, let's
go.
Yep.
Yeah, super excited if we get that soon. But yeah,
dude,
geez, thank you so much.
Oh my god, I love it.
Let's see, what we'll give Jeeves. We'll give Jeeves some Defiant Jazz.
Hey, look, I got a notebook now, so I can write down all my thoughts.
Any thought, Johnny says that's awesome. No more napkins.
No more napkins and everything. I got pieces of paper to put my thoughts on right now. So
that's awesome. Thank you, Jeeves. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Oh man. So what Shifty said, Gilroy also said he was edited several episodes of the season to a movie for a possible showing alongside Rogue One's anniversary. That'd be cool. I think you can cut the 2 seasons into maybe like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour
really
movie.
good, intense movie.
Yeah, 100%. how y'all think Luthen goes
Mhm.
down? He ain't lasting the season for sure. I don't think he's gonna last. We'll get into some like not spoilers, but theories. Because obviously Luthen doesn't last, so he's got to be gone. We already found out what happened with Bix or Binks, whatever her name is.
Bix.
He's him. Who's another loose end that needs to get tied up before the end of the show? Mothra's husband. I think he's another loose end. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, just her family in general.
I would say your daughter's husband.
Yeah. But Luthen's obviously the most.
Because he's such a liar. He's such a dick, and no one likes
him. Seriously.
Yeah, I know. But he's a good liar. He's doing it for good reasons. He's just really doing it in the most dickish asshole.
Yeah, he's a shitbag.
It's just no matter what. Like we can all agreeable on that, right?
Where's Oh no. So before we get into that, we did get another loose end tied up in this episode
8
with Delta Dan saying, "I'll say it again, Cyril got a better death scene than Taskmaster."
You're not wrong. That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
Cyril, I enjoyed like kind of that, a little bit at the end, because finally Cyril got a spine, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna stop dating my mother." Basically, that's who the other chick was, and I'm gonna stand up for myself, and
he just happened to be looking across from Cassian.
His mother is the creepiest character on the show, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, she's a horrible mother. She's a horrible mother. Yeah, Cyril got killed by the villain of the strain.
You see the strain get some love.
Nice. Yeah. But I was wondering, I'm like, who's gonna kill him? Because obviously he's not gonna shoot Cassian.
Yeah.
Obviously he's not. So I'm like, who's gonna get that kill in? But I'm kind of glad it was that dude.
Yeah, Carl. Rylance, whatever.
Yeah, because he felt very betrayed by him. Yeah. Kedra was like, "What the F are you?" Yeah. Or like Cassian is like, "Who are you?" Meanwhile, like Cyril's like, "You ruined my life. You don't even know."
He's like, "Yeah, who? What the hell?"
Yeah. Basically, it was the Thanos. Like, you took everything from me. He's like, "Who are you?"
I don't even know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's one of the best.
Yeah, but Cyril got it.
You ruined my life. Where do I know you from?
Exactly. So we'll finish up because we got the last 3 episodes, the finale, the end of the show. So what do you guys think about Luthen and any other loose ends that you guys can think of? What do you think? Start with Brian. What do you think?
I think Luthen's going to friendly fire. Friendly fire is going to kill him. And just payback for all the stuff he's doing and just being a complete asshole. No matter what, no matter if the right reason or wrong reason, he's just an asshole. And you know what assholes get? Shots. Matter of fact, you know what? Just to make me feel better, I want a lightsaber through the heart.
Just random lightsaber.
Just random. Hasn't been a lightsaber the entire thing. Just a random lightsaber through the stomach, and he don't live.
Nice. Okay. Oh, you, Brian, man.
Yeah, Luthen. He's gonna. Obviously, he's not walking out of this series in one piece, or breathing. So, yeah, he's gonna catch a stray.
Yeah, it's gonna be like what was it? Saul Guerrera just points a gun at him and just shoots him. Traitor.
Could be. I could see that happening. By the way, Forrest Whitaker in this show is great. I think.
Yeah, I hate his character.
Oh yeah, same. I'm the same way.
You know, because like between this and Rogue One, I was like, even in Rebels, he shows up in Rebels.
Yep.
the show. So yeah, it's definitely a love hate kind of thing. I was like you're like, again, another asshole, another dickhead, but it's like, but I can't hate you, man. It's just you're just an asshole in the best possible way, you know. But yeah, Forrest Whitaker is as this crazy. Oh, the line he said, he goes something about like no one's sane in the rebellion or something like that. Was that the line? Because that was like awesome.
I think something similar, yeah.
They said revolution is not for the sane. That's a fucking awesome line, man. That's an awesome line. You know, yeah. Which is and it fits his character perfectly. Perfectly fits his character. And it just like, oh, that's who you are. You're a crazy person that's fighting for the right reason. It's just you're crazy. You know?
That's the problem. Being a crazy person, you still a crazy person. You know?
Yeah.
Just it.
Yeah. Revolution is not for the sane. That is awesome. That is such a great line. Make a t-shirt out of that. But yeah. I'm trying to think of any other loose ends. You know, Lufin is the biggest one. Could be Padme. I heard this one too. You might have said it actually, Shifty. Padme's dad. If the Theed production pick was true, Deidre gets a position on the Death Star, and Andy Serkis was supposed to be returning to this season, so we may see him. That'd be cool. See Andy Serkis come back. I like this character in season 1. I like the whole jail thing. They just need to tie it down to a good hour instead of stretching that shit out for 3 hours. Yeah,
I could say feel that way about a lot of stuff that they
a lot of it. Yeah, you know, it's just like just condense it and move on. You know, so yeah, but yeah, Lufin will be interesting. I don't know. I think he's gonna die though somehow. I think he's gonna. I think he might do the right thing and somehow protect somebody and take a bullet for him. You know,
someone just causes them to get shot because of it. Yeah.
So, I said someone will be like, "I'm gonna change your last name to Bob." Lightsaber through the stomach.
Exactly. Shishka.
Bob. Oh man, but yeah. Anything else you guys think of?
That's mostly it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yeah. Upset that I finally am into the show and there's only 3 episodes left.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how it goes, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, we can say the same thing about Last of Us. It's only 3 episodes left.
Oh. But I was never bored in Last of Us. not ever at one point ever. So that's the only difference.
You still have enough time.
Yeah, I know, right? But cool. Yeah, that's our thoughts for it. Obviously, we talked 8 and 9 mostly, with everything. But we want to hear from you guys. Episode 4 through 9. I know we missed a lot there, but we're trying to get ready for the finale next week with the last 3 episodes. So we're trying to get caught up. But leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about Andor season 2 so far, all the way up to episode 9. Leave a comment. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come and join us when we talk about other Star Wars stuff, which we do all the time. Andor, and we're gonna get into the finale. So make sure you guys come and join us and be part of the live show. And if you are live right now, stick around because we're gonna move on to our next topic for the night. My bad. Like it wouldn't scroll and then went and just did it all at once. Yeah. When he said that, I think he said that in the trailer too, where revolution is not for the same. I remember saying, I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And then her speech was so good.
Well, once again, so like what everyone's saying is the best. It's the best writing. It just is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you had anything in Star Wars that had good writing?
Yeah. Like this good writing, probably not. Like in any of the Star Wars, like it's they like they said they took their time. They know what they want to say. I think too. You know,
And the actors are
obviously-
good enough to kind of ad lib if you need ad lib if they need to.
Yeah. You know, so it's just a little too real for me. You know, which is good and bad because like, you know, like I said, most of that speech, you know, at the end says the monster who will come for us soon enough is Emperor Palpatine. You changed the name and I think they were writing for something else, you know.
I like it.
The monster we've helped create. You know, talking about genocides. It was like, you know, you know, the truth has been exiled from this chamber. I was like, yeah, man, you know, and the monster's screaming the loudest, the monster we helped create. That's like, bro, fucking
too soon.
So good.
You said you look at him and say
good.
too soon.
So good. Yeah. This definitely has some quotes that they're gonna be on there. I said I wouldn't mind a shirt that says "Revolution is not for the sane" and just have like.
I'd wear it.
Yeah. You know,
Question is, what would it be the emblem?
It'll probably be. I was gonna say it's probably for like a Star Wars symbol. You know, probably like the Jedi symbol or something like that.
There's no Jedi.
No, but they still use that symbol for the rebellion. Which again makes no sense. You know, it's like you use the Jedi symbol for the rebellion. Where are all the fucking Jedi? Like they gotta like I always assumed that the Jedi helped with the rebellion a lot. And here's like they all are just like hiding in a cave, you know, like all of them. I mean, granted, there's not many left, but like, come on. Like they all can't be watching a kid in a cave like Obi-Wan, you know, like so yeah. That's my biggest gripe with it is where are they at? But you guys got anything else? Call it a night.
Yeah, call it a night. 3 hours is long enough.
Yeah, I'm ready for bed.
3 hours is long enough after the Pantheon and Anzo's Dead City.
Brian's been on
like 5 hours.
Yes, it's like
5 or 6 hours. Like
hey, go get some sleep, man. Oh man. Also, like I looked up Dead City. I'm like, oh, see what he's talking about. It's Walking Dead. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I've been over Walking Dead since like season 4, 5, maybe.
It's Negan
and what's her name?
What's her name?
Side Story.
I'm not listening. I don't know why I'm losing the name right now. I've said so many times right now. I'm tired. Can't remember.
Yeah.
Maggie. Yes. Negan and Maggie.
Maggie.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in that, I think that just started. So Anzo, Big Four Entertainment. If you're a big Walking Dead fan, Jesus Christ, go check out Big Four Entertainment. So, Walking Dead comics amazing.
Yeah, so this is the whole thing.
Yeah,
graphic
novel. I have. I forgot how many omnibuses there are. Is it 2?
There's omnibuses at least 3. Because I mean,
that's what I was thinking for Walking Dead.
It's at least 3, and then because like the graphic novels, there's like 30.
That makes sense because there's only like 130 issues, I think.
Yeah, it's about 100 and something like that. Because it's 30, like it's 30 graphic novels. So yeah, it would probably 3 of them.
Here it ain't right. It's saying the Walking Dead omnibuses currently are 7 omnibuses.
There's 7.
That's what it says. It consists of 24 issues. Yeah, 3, 4, 4. Yeah. Well, I started getting them for free from the libraries and stuff. It's fucking because of Erica. Yeah,
Mm.
but the omnibuses are a good way to read them, or use your library. Go to your library. You can get the graphic novels and just get them in order.
You can just randomly walk into there and be like, "So, what is this place?" And they'll let you know.
Yeah. So, Walking Dead comics, awesome, super awesome. Very different than the books though at times. Yeah, omnibuses are fucking expensive. I'm looking at Amazon right now. It's $100 for volume
75.
7. Or I'm not on the website, but 80 for volume 4, 9. Damn, yeah. So, but the omnibuses are like big old fat boys. They're huge. Oh man, but yeah. Walking Dead fan, go check out Anzo Big Fur Entertainment. They're gonna start breaking down that show. Yeah. Shout out to Pantheon, had Brian on earlier. Chill, Back of the Bus, Plan Fanatics, awesome guys, all 3 channels. So shout out to them. But cool. Let's get out of here. We'll see you guys on Saturday. We'll talk Old Guard. We'll get caught up with that because that's a fun movie. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's on Netflix. Go have a fun Friday night there.
Do your homework.
Mm-hmm.
Do your homework.
Mm-hmm. But we are out. We will see you guys on Saturday. Have a good Friday. Later.
See you guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.